Sam O'Reilly with the Fight Talk podcast. Myself and Richie Gray. Dawn in his short shorts again.
It's still fucking summer, baby.
Anything to get your thighs out, isn't it?
It's still summer, baby.
We're joined, but I think this might be the first time we've had a current champion on, off the top of my head. Southern area champion, Tey Lynn Jones. How are you, sir?
I'm all good, thank you, Sam.
Sporting a very nice beard these days.
Yeah, well, last few years, I keep saying to myself, I'm going to grow out this winter, I'm going to cut out shaving like September time and cut it off like when it comes to March next year. But,
so this is a proper plan, this is like a well thought
and
out.
in the last few years, I've started off well and something's happened. Like I've had to have a smart interview somewhere, there was something else, so I've had to like obviously shave it off and look neat and
can't look like a caveman.
Yeah, I can't do it. But then I've said this year I haven't got nothing come up that I know of yet. Things like that, so I said that's it, I'm finally gonna do it. You know, people keep saying
it's got a little ginger tint in there, man.
Yeah, it's got a little ginger tint, isn't it?
It's just starting to get to that length. Like normally I always just shave it, you know, and just shave it. Like not shave. What do you call
trim
that?
it.
Trim it. I always trim. I never really shave it. I just trim it, let it go down to the stubble. It always gets to about, I don't know, I think it's about a centimetre, 10 mil, and it gets like,
the ginge
starts popping out. So I always
have you
never
met,
let it go.
Have you met James Lupton? Have you met James Lupton?
Yeah, I met him, yeah.
I mean, that's a fucking beard. That would be you soon.
Exactly. No, I won't get that length.
Was it Duck Dynasty? It looks like that, doesn't it? When
yeah. Well, I think I might lose my girlfriend by then because she's so against it. She's so against it, yeah. No, but I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it more, because I wanted to up with it, you know.
Yeah, so we've spent a couple of minutes talking about beards. That's a good way to start a pod, I think.
Yeah, podcast.
A boxing
specific podcast.
I mean, let's talk about anything else except for boxing for a little while. It's the best thing to do.
What do you want to talk about?
Them shorts are offensive.
No,
they are, bruv. They're too tight, man.
They're good.
Like, to be fair, it's quite sunny out, so I mean,
it looks worse than it is.
Yeah, it looks worse than it is. Like, to be fair, I was just sitting there when you first said about it, like it's short shorts.
Yeah.
And Rich said about still summer or something. I looked at it when I thought, oh, you know what? If you don't go outside and realise how cold it is, it actually still looks like summer.
It is bright in here as well.
It's bright,
exactly. This time of year, it's actually not as cold as it usually is.
No, you're right. Which is weird because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a few days where it was fucking freezing, mate. It's fucked.
I actually pulled a tracksuit out and I thought, I know what a greenhouse can be like. It's a sunny day.
It's not a greenhouse. What are you talking about?
It's like a greenhouse.
It's a man's conservatory.
Call it the greenhouse.
No, it's not the greenhouse. I don't smoke weed. It's the man's conservatory.
The man's conservatory.
Yeah, man. We can talk about my hand. I have a big hole in my hand.
Yeah.
You
can have a bad hand off. Who's got a worse hand?
Yeah. The picture didn't do it justice. Yes. So what happened was,
I've got to say, this is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen you do, Sam.
Why?
Because there's not just one cut on his hand where he's cut it. He's got a saw, he's cut through his hand, and then come back again and cut another one.
Yeah, no, he told me you come back. I thought it was in the same bit.
No.
So
I've made 2 nice little ones.
It's like his fingers are falling off and he's like, wife's gone, Sam, like, look.
He obviously didn't want you left hand.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. The problem, the weather took down the back fence panel. The wind fucking blew it out. So I was at the back of the fence, like I was just cutting up some wood and sort of stable.
Blue jobs come out. The man in your
I felt like a right geezer.
Step aside.
Yeah,
mate,
get out of the way, girl. I was
sorry.
And then I was tensing my left hand. And obviously, when you tense your hand, you get a little lump, don't you, beside your thumb and sort of on your hand. And I went straight through it. And I must have panicked and come back through it. You know? Just fucking. So yeah, and as soon as I did that, I looked at it and I sort of stopped tensing and I saw it split open like a little.
Your hands bandaged up like a boxer.
Yeah. No,
I want to take a photo of it and put it on Twitter.
Well, my little man bandage. I mean, she put a bandage on me. She didn't go through my fingers, so I don't feel like a boxer really. It makes me feel like an old lady. Why are you mocking my bandage?
I'm not mocking your bandage.
Yeah, no, it's not. You know, with the picture, because in the picture I squeezed it together, but the hole is still very much open, man. So
yeah, I'll have to see his picture because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture. It don't look as bad as it actually is because obviously I'd squeezed it together by then. So it don't look too bad. But yeah, you can see where I scraped one way and scraped the other.
Yeah, I've done like a few things with saws and that, but not quite that.
But yeah, it is open. And I went up to the pharmacy and the geezer was like, it might need a stitch, I don't know. I was like, oh fuck it, just bandage it and just tape it and just squeeze it out. It'll be alright. But yeah, no. So we probably should talk about some boxing now, I guess. Let's go with the undercard last night. Tony Bellew, Usyk was obviously the card.
Yep.
The undercard, few decent fights. Let's start the Sam Hyde Richie Riakporhe fight. I didn't see the whole of it.
I watched all that. Yeah.
You watched the whole fight, right? So we know how it ended. Richie Riakporhe ended up stopping Sam Hyde. More injury stopped him because his face was hanging off.
He was losing, man. Like I was watching, and he was losing. He was losing the rounds. He didn't look good in there. He was showing it that he didn't.
What was it? He's not busy enough. He just.
Do you know what? Maybe when the fight started, you thought on paper this is good. Like he's a puncher, and you know Sam looks like Sam took a risk here fighting his puncher, and then Sam started beating him up, and that Riakporhe didn't look like he was enjoying himself in there. His facial expressions were negative. His body language was negative. Nothing about him looked like he liked being there whatsoever. And then every time he landed a shot on Sam Hyde, Sam sort of shrugged it off like nothing. It took something away from Riakporhe every time he did that. He seemed to get more mentally beat through the fight. It was only when he see that. Was it
one shot that kind of brought his eye up like that? Because
it was
he didn't land that many clean, did he?
No, it was a couple, but it was one shot if you like. He had landed that shot a few times, but it was one.
That eye was bad, wasn't it? It was crazy how it
swung. And when they were in the rounds, he seemed to just stand there, do nothing, or throw big left hook haymakers as if he believed he could knock him out. And when he landed them, it weren't hurting him. I think that ruined him a little bit, and that's why he was on course to lose that fight.
Yeah, but he persevered.
I felt bad for Sam because he didn't lose, did he? He didn't lose.
His face gave up on him. That means you're unbeaten, I guess. You're still.
No, I actually got beat.
Oh yeah, you did.
That was some injury.
But I mean, if you're going to go that injuries aren't part of it, then yeah, Sam Hyde won. But
he caused the injury.
Yeah, he caused the injury, so it's a shame. But
you feel for him, didn't you, when that happens?
Yeah, you do.
You've got to feel for him.
You do. Dave Allen was next up. There's going to be. What we'll sort of skim through the card and then talk about the main event, and then we'll go back through the questions. There's a lot of questions on the undercard, but we'll do them after. Dave Allen fight was strange, man. Like it was a good fight, and I don't think it ever should have been.
Yeah.
Like Dave, it was a tick over fight for Dave, and it ended up being a fucking war. And
I see a few. Obviously, I didn't watch it, but I was on Twitter at the time, and I see a lot of people moaning about his conditioning and things like that. But what I know of, he took it last minute and all that. So, but I don't know.
The thing is with Dave, like it's like took it at last minute is. They only booked the fight in a couple of weeks ago, but he's been active fighting. He only fought.
True,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
He was more damning about himself than we could be. Like that post-fight interview, he went in. Like he said, "I'm an embarrassment. I'm on pay-per-view. You should never have me on again if I'm like this." Like he literally went in on himself.
But that's why he's a fan favorite because he's a true person.
He
just says how it is. He
I mean, there were things that I thought he was a bit harsh about. That it was short, but he shouldn't be in that condition. But it's also not his fault that he's booked on pay-per-view all the time. That's Eddie Hearn wanting a name.
It's because he's loved. Whose fault is it?
Whose fault is it that he's allowed to go out like that?
Now I've got I've got me personally.
Coaches in the past when I've been boxing would never let me go out.
He's not on side. How unprofessional!
How unprofessional is this?
It's the girlfriend. She probably heard me bat my beard. I'll wait for it to ring and I'll text her back.
Yeah, no worries.
His training team should be like, I'm not letting you out.
That's the problem I've got.
Like, no, this is you're not going out there embarrassing myself, embarrassing yourself. It's not happening.
He loves Mick Marsden, and I think Mick Marsden trains and manages him. But Dave kind of does what he likes, you know. Even at the open workouts, he had his mate in there, his little protege training with him, and you know, Dave is a law unto himself at times. But personally, at this stage of his career, I would love him to go with a trainer who is going to kick the fuck out of him.
No fatty, get in the gym.
No fatty, get in the gym. 7 a.m. Why are you not at the track with me now? We're doing sprints. Why are you eating that? Don't be posting you're eating that. Don't be drinking. I want someone to kick his ass.
The posts are fine. Things are posted fine because people love him. That makes it's what you post and what you actually do. Don't always need to. You don't need to be. If he has a cheeky donut, have a donut. But
he's a heavyweight.
Don't then go and sit down and eat 150 donuts and then go. Do you know what? I bet donuts don't fancy running now.
Yeah.
And then let your fitness be affected.
I don't know how much of a say Mick Marsden has on what training he actually does. Obviously, he's there and he's in there sparring or whatever. But realistically, shouldn't your trainer be messaging you in the morning? Have you done your run yet? I want 4 miles in the bank today. Or do you know what I mean? And I don't feel like that.
Yes and no, but when I was fighting, I never needed someone to tell me to run.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Like, do you need someone to tell you to run?
No, definitely.
Like, you want to run or you don't.
Off your own back,
it's one of these things. If you want to be good at it, you don't need an alarm to wake you up. You will wake up.
And it's hard. Dave was so harsh on himself, and I think at first it's hard to, because when you're watching that, and in the middle of the third round, him and the other boy are blowing. They are blowing to fuck. I mean, Dave thought he was going to bomb him out quickly, and it turns out this man had a head like granite. Like, you weren't knocking that geezer out. He would not be knocked out. It had to be stopped because of the... Well, it won't stop. They didn't come back out for the 7th or 8th. But he had a massive cut on his face. But, mate, he took some bombs. But Dave relied on that too much. He cleaned out Nick Webb with the same shot that he landed on that bloke around 4 times last night. Overhand right, head gone, and he just fucking shook it off and was like, alright, let's go again. It was only when he saw the blood everywhere in the cut that he didn't come out. But
yeah, but sometimes you think, like, things like this, obviously it's worked out well for him. He's still got the win, the knockout win, all that.
Exactly.
And hopefully, he, like you said, he's gone harsh on himself.
Yeah.
So it might
Learn a lot
kickstart
from
him.
it.
Yeah, it might kickstart him,
Yeah.
give him that motivation to get his arse off and do all the running and stuff like that, and put all the work in.
You'd hope so, man. You'd hope so. But it's not his fault that they keep putting him on pay-per-view. Like, it is that he's a fan favourite.
exactly.
Make
No,
it
it's
sound
love
like
him.
he's going to be
You
gutted.
know,
It's not his fault.
yeah, who's
exactly,
going
yeah.
to say no to that? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, Eddie, no, I don't want to go on
Yeah,
there, you know
exactly.
When's
So-
your small hall shows, Ed?
Yeah. I want to be back in Donny Dunn.
I want to get paid less. I want to have
Yeah.
less publicity.
Yeah.
Don't want to be on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does then have a responsibility to come in fighting shape, doesn't he? And I think he will do, man. I think what people are saying, that the reaction on Twitter, it's very mixed. People love Dave. I love Dave.
Yeah, they don't want to be horrible.
They
to
don't
him.
want to be horrible to him, but maybe that clouds you sometimes because he has a responsibility to be in better shape than that. It's kind of as simple as that. If I'm paying for a product and you're on it, you have a responsibility to being well-conditioned athlete that I'm paying to watch. You know what I mean?
How many tickets did you buy off him?
How many tickets did I buy off him? Today or last night or in
For
general?
last night, for that product that you bought last night. Oh.
I paid for pay-per-view, no?
Huh?
I didn't pay for the pay-per-view,
Did
no?
you pay him? Did you buy tickets off him directly?
No, but people will buy the tickets. You can't say that. You can't then go, oh, but you,
Don't talk about pay-per-view.
why?
Don't talk about pay-per-view.
We'll talk about pay-per-view.
How much did you pay for it?
Well, actually, while we're on the
much did you pay for
subject, I was just
How much
shut
did
the
you pay
fuck
for
up.
it?
I'll say, innit?
Hold on, he
There's
didn't get none of that money.
No, wait. He
Well
would.
then. So shut up.
Alright, so there's a geezer last night who is hooking people up for very good prices, and people need to reach out to him. Adrian, he's got a Wolves bag. What's his?
Let's have a look. He's the daddy.
Yeah, he is the daddy. Proper, very, very, very good.
Nice, good. Very patient as well.
Very patient when you're not
sorting it
as
out,
smart.
like,
Yeah,
when you're not as smart.
hooked us up something good. He's doing
No,
good
I actually
deals.
bought a pay-per-view
Yeah,
as well.
did you?
As well.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
No, I did. I pinky promised.
I don't want to think promise you. No, but he's a guy you should definitely reach out to.
Hughes.
Yeah, Adrian Hughes, Wolves badge as his profile picture. We'll let him off for that. You know, he can't help where he's born, I guess. But
I'll put him on Twitter. I'll put him on my Twitter now.
yeah,
I want
people
I've
should
screenshotted his.
just DM him. Just slide up in his DMs and
Slide up in my man's DMs.
yeah, slide up in his DMs and see what he can do for you for all streaming, not just the boxing, for all shows, films, all that kind of stuff.
Anything that you can buy
Anything-
to watch.
Anything you can, yeah, anything you want to get.
Sports. You know, you get like movies and stuff as well. You can buy.
Yeah,
He probably got all them.
he's
I
got all of
imagine.
them. Yeah, he's proper. So yeah, get onto him definitely while we're on the subject. But yeah, just finishing up on Dave Allen. My personal opinion is he has to. Exactly what he said he has to do. He has to be in better shape if he's going to be boxing on television. If he's on a platform that people are paying for, especially, he has a responsibility to be in better condition.
But it's not even that. He's obviously he wants the titles and he wants to
Yeah.
push on. So you need to get better. It's different if he's like Butterbean or something, just coming in for 4 rounders and he's like, yeah,
I was
crack
thinking
on.
about him earlier.
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
talk about his shape, I
Yeah,
was
let
thinking,
him crack on,
"Fuck for
enjoy
that, mate."
himself. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Just do the big shots and that. But obviously, like you said, he wants to be going into these big 12-round fights with
Yeah.
titles and that. So not only for us, it's for himself, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, no, definitely. Thing with Butterbean, people forget. They look back on his career and the amount of people he knocked out viciously. But how many 10, 12 round wars did he have?
no, that's it. That
They
was
weren't
his
happening.
nickname, weren't it? King of the 4 rounders.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So that's what. Yeah, but oh well. American hero.
Do you remember when he knocked out Johnny Knoxville on Jackass? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Who was next on the undercard, Richard?
Richard.
Joshua Kelly? Josh Kelly, I think it was.
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly bombed a man out in a round.
Yeah.
He's ready for step ups and he's got a good fight in December. David Avanasian, do you know him? Carl Greaves fighter, beat Sugar Shane Mosley, former world champion, got beat off
Oh, I know
Lamar
who you're talking
Peterson.
about.
The Russian geezer.
I know who
was,
you're talking about, yeah.
Oh,
Carl
the
Greaves.
David thing.
David Avanasian, yeah.
I've seen him fucking
Josh
times,
Kelly's
yeah.
fighting him in December.
Oh.
So good
Good-
step up.
good step up,
Needs
yeah.
it now because I don't know what he's learning from beating guys like that last night. But then it wasn't supposed to be a test last night. I don't think it was
Tick overs, yeah.
tick overs. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be a good fight. It's Josh Kelly. Whether his power goes up to world level, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I don't think he's like a concussive puncher, but he is flashy as fuck.
Yeah, that's the angle. He's got, like, people enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a concussive puncher when you're hitting someone.
Do you need a standard, not a standard, but a level of hard punching? Do you know what I mean? Is there a... It's hard to judge it, isn't it?
You couldn't break an egg.
He broke his hands like pretty much every fight.
Yeah, but he still won world titles and he always competitive in and around the level.
What a wanker that is.
You don't have to be a...
Who's that?
Melanargi.
Don't you like him?
Oh, I can't
He makes me
stand
laugh.
him.
I don't mind
He's
him.
a pathetic human being. He's the only man I've ever blocked on Twitter after having zero interaction with. Never spoken to him. I just can't. He's embarrassing.
Don't like him. I think
He don't come up for air when he's commentating. Just doesn't. He just goes off on a tangent talking. Listen, don't get me wrong. He's not bad. He's not a bad commentator.
He knows his boxing.
He knows his boxing 100%.
Yeah.
I'm still embarrassed for him about the whole way he handled the McGregor situation. Jesus Christ, get the fuck over it. Then Conor McGregor loses an MMA fight 16 months later, and somehow Melanargi feels he's got the higher ground on him. You lost in a... You don't even know the sport, mate. Shut your mouth. It embarrasses, mate. He's pathetic, but he's not a bad pundit, to be honest.
I know what you mean. He knows his stuff, but he does need to take a breather every now and then.
Yeah, man. He just goes on and goes on and goes on, and by then there's like 4 punches that haven't been called because he's talking this story about, don't know, back in Sicily this happened and fucking, I don't know. It's just...
I was listening to someone
winds me up.
It was a radio show or something. I was listening to someone on, and they knew their stuff. They knew what they're talking about. But every sentence they go, and then they go, when they're doing things like this, there's a standard as well. You can know your boxing, but you got to be able to speak well. He speaks sense, but
you could do with honing his craft.
You could do with someone sort of sitting down and working on it. Because if he listens to himself, he must think, "Fucking Paulie, come on."
I mean, it won't be at Sky because he's the best of the bad bunch at Sky. Sky's commentary, in my opinion, is horrendous. Like
they need some
horrendous.
They need someone young. And,
they are so Matchroom tinted glasses. The Matchroom tinted glasses. The way they sell it to you is what they need you to believe right now. It's terrible, man. Like it is. I think there's even a question on that later.
Sky. Do you know what I saw a live feed on Facebook or something? A geezer from Love Island do an interview with Paulie Malignaggi before the fights. I don't get it. I thought I don't get it.
What yesterday? Or Ultimate Boxer maybe last week?
It was yesterday.
Is it?
Yeah. I just think Paulie Malignaggi sitting there, geezer talking about Love Island, and then seriously, I was like, I don't know what Love Island is. I was like,
what the fuck is this?
What is this? I was like,
I didn't see it. Thank fuck.
So bad. They got someone from Love Island doing Sky Sports presenting, even if it's something. Little was doing an interview with Paulie Malignaggi 4 hours before the show. Why have they got this geezer doing it? He probably brings views, but
why has Max Brannan got a podcast that Sky Sports seem to love? Like all the Sky Sports people are all over it. Cunt's Max Brannan, for fuck's sake. He's Max fucking Brannan. I'm supposed to listen to this cunt's opinion on boxing. Fuck off, mate. But it works because they're all mates, aren't they? They're all chums. They're all pals.
He did that Boxing with a Star or something.
Yeah, he done that, and now he's got a pound for pound podcast. They're doing live shows. They get all these Sky people on. It's fucking pathetic, mate. So if you're mates, then you're all good. You know what I mean? It's not what you know, it's who you know. But you've gone off on a tangent again. I do like a rant, to be honest with you.
We don't have enough often. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'd get banged up or blocked or knocked the fuck out if I had too many rants. Cause, yeah. But who was next after Josh Kelly?
Ricky Burns.
Mate, Ricky Burns is evergreen.
I like Ricky Burns.
How can you not love Ricky Burns?
You want to learn how to box. Watch Ricky Burns. He's so textbook. Everything he does, he don't do nothing too flashy. He's not too fast. He don't hit too hard. He's just pretty good at everything he does. You can't really fault him, can you?
It's so insulting. I've been saying it about him for so long. He does nothing amazingly.
That's what I mean. You just can't
but
fault
it's
him,
insulting.
though.
The man's a freeweight world champion.
Can you? Like,
nah.
Can you fault him? Like, where is he exceptionally weak at?
None. I don't see any.
He's pretty good at everything, really.
And 51 pro fights, and he's still as hungry to.
Like, he just loves fighting. I think.
He just loves it, doesn't he? And that was a great knockout of Scotty Cardle, man. Scotty Cardle went down like a statue.
Oh, he looked like he had a bit.
Someone
of a twitch on the way down.
He did.
And I thought.
It looked like someone pushed over a statue. You weren't getting up, man. Scotty Cardle got old, didn't he? Like, it wasn't long ago he was the British champion, and Ritson obviously nearly decapitated him, but he seems to have got old pretty quick. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Just catches up.
How old's Ricky Burns now?
71.
He's on that Bernard Hopkins drug, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know how old Burns is. He's got to be mid to late 30s at least. Listen, he's boxed everyone.
He's still there. Listen, he's still there. He's still competitive. So
yeah,
leave him be. It's not like everyone's going to be like, oh my god, he's going to win his world title. But you can always put him there. People will always want to watch him.
Yeah. Ricky Burns is King of Scotland, didn't he? Lucky I noticed. I thought I pressed record and I hadn't. I've done it now. Anthony,
What was we talking about?
no, I pressed it once and then I went to
Talking
talk
about
double.
Scotty Cardle, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were talking about Cardle and Burns, but
Burns,
yeah. But now we're going to move on to Anthony Crolla. What do you think of Anthony Crolla? What's your face looking at it for? You look so confused.
I watched
What
the
is
fight.
happening?
I watched the fight and I'm trying to remember the fight. I feel like I was watching it. Oh yeah.
It weren't a great fight.
No, it was alright. It was alright. He was just, the guy didn't really...
Dan's a good fighter though. He is, and I thought it'd be.
It just
close.
wasn't an exciting fight. It was good. Like
Yeah.
It's weird because they did punch the fuck out of each other, but it just wasn't engaging for me. It just weren't...
Yeah.
It weren't edge of seat stuff for me, so I kind of drifted in and out of it. He got the win, well done.
I
just saw a tweet I put on Twitter about it. Isn't that the winner of that one's fighting?
Loma.
Yeah,
they're mandatory for Lomachenko.
Isn't it funny? The prize for winning this fight, you get the shadow box in front of the whole world while Lomachenko beats your fucking face off.
Mate, Crolla and Lomachenko.
What's the point?
It won't happen.
For money. Other than money, why? Why is
The only way it can happen is if Lomachenko speaks to Usyk and be like, "What kind of money are you getting over there?" Do you know what I mean? Is it worth me coming to England for a fight to smash up?
Mandatory.
Who?
Isn't a mandatory position they're getting?
Yeah, so Crolla's going to be mandatory for Lomachenko, but he can box on Eddie's show for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be in Lomachenko's. Like he doesn't have to. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, you're talking about where it's not whether he should or shouldn't take the fight.
No, but Lomachenko doesn't have to take the fight. He got belts and he can go where he wants. So if he doesn't want to fight Crolla, he can go, okay, I'll drop that belt and go this belt, or he's Lomachenko. But if he goes, the money's worth it, then he'll do it, won't he? Eddie's got that money. He got Golovkin over here.
If you were Crolla, what would you want to fight? Would you want to fight Lomachenko? Like, you do it for the money, but really, come on.
Listen, he boxed Linares, who, alright, Linares ain't as good as Lomachenko, but he doesn't hide from a challenge, Crolla. You know what I mean? He had a fight with Cinder Block. He came back, he won.
It's not about that. It's about that he's going to be standing there punching fresh air and getting his head punched off. Listen, if he was better, I'd say he might have a chance.
How can you not love Crolla though? Like,
Yeah, but just to say I think
Yeah.
his quality, like pound for pound, like he's just like you
Yeah,
say, he's
yeah.
a matrix. Just be able to say you've been in the ring with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The only motive can be that I got in the ring with Lomachenko. Like,
Yeah.
what if he was a bit better? You'd think.
it wouldn't surprise me if Eddie put it on a pay-per-view just because it's Lomachenko.
Yeah, why
So,
not?
but then Crolla's going to get pay-per-view money as well, so that's why you take it. You get a career high purse and a shot at a world title, and to say I was in there with Lomachenko. So it wouldn't surprise me.
It would be a headline bill. So
Yeah, exactly.
Bill as well.
Exactly. So listen, time will tell what they can offer Lomachenko. Whether he doesn't need that fight, but he can. I just think he's that big now that he can kind of pick what weight, what title, and people want Lomachenko on their show, don't they?
Oh yeah. No.
All the governing bodies want Lomachenko as their champion. Simple. So time will tell. But listen, from what Crolla's come from, I remember him getting beat off Derry Matthews in a draw. He drew with Derry Matthews as well. He was a small hall boxer, man, and he came back and he arguably should never have achieved the world title. So you can't not like Anthony Crolla. He's a good dude as well. He seems like a really good dude. But let's see if that Lomachenko fight happens, man. I don't feel.
Fight? Is it a fight?
No, it's not a fight. It's Lomachenko.
It's the Lomachenko show.
Yeah, it is the Lomachenko show. Listen, time will tell, innit? But I do like Crolla. I do. I'm a fan of Crolla.
I like him, but he's not got a chance.
No,
No.
none at all.
No.
Not even a puncher's chance.
No.
No.
Yeah, obviously I didn't watch the fight, but I see a lot of people saying about his interview after the fight. So I'm just going to ask you about that. Did you see his interview after the fight?
Crolla, what did Crolla say afterwards? I don't know.
No, so I'm sure a couple of people say that he weren't the best, like you're saying, weren't the best fight, things like
Yeah.
that. But they said they enjoyed his interview after because he made sense of what he said.
Probably,
I don't know
listen,
what
he's
he said.
intelligent and he's
Yeah,
a
he's not a dumb geezer. It's
he's
not about
intelligent and he's likeable.
Yeah, like he is likeable. I'm just saying, from a boxing point of view, he's just not.
You don't want to see Crolla and Lomachenko.
I just think, what's the point?
I think Lomachenko's only going to be in like super fights now. Really, I can't imagine him
Problem
wanting.
is, he's gonna
Will
struggle
he
to
box
find-
his mandatories? He doesn't
He's
need
going
to.
to find it hard to find many people that are really going to give him much trouble anyway.
Yeah. Fuck knows. I can see why Crolla would want it. I can.
Listen, crazier things have happened in boxing. You never know. You never know. But for me,
Crazier than Crolla beating Lomachenko.
that ain't the man to do it. I don't
Nah.
think.
Let's talk about the main event. Usyk Bellew. It was billed as this. Tony's got that left hook, though, hasn't he? But Tony's left hook is a myth, and it always has
I had
been.
this conversation with so many people, and then during the fight, and it was only on reflection after the fight, I looked back and everyone was going, "He's doing so well. He's doing this."
I tweeted. I did. I personally said.
I did that. I put a little meme up like I was fucking gobsmacked. But when you look back, I don't think it was that Tony Bellew was doing so well. I think Usyk was just figuring things out.
See, I disagree.
Taking his time.
I think for 2 or 3 rounds, Bellew was the aggressor, and Usyk sat back and worked out what was happening.
That's what I'm saying.
He took no risk yet. But that doesn't mean Tony wasn't making it a fight. Tony landed more in the first 4 rounds than I thought he would for the entire night. Do you know what I mean? He landed. Nothing landed clean.
It was going to be like Lomachenko versus Corolla.
Nothing landed clean where you thought, oh shit, Usyk's gone, he's in trouble. Nothing, never, no chance. And people that were, you know,
he's got a muscly face, hasn't he? Like he looks like a lump, doesn't he? Like
he scares me to look at.
Tony Bellew, like he's a big geezer, but when you put him in front of Usyk and you think he's got like back abs, face abs, like he's got like a 6-pack on his eyelids.
Yeah.
He just looks like a lump. Like if he didn't know how to box the way he does, and you taught him nothing about boxing ever, you could put him in that ring and he'd probably just swing leather with you for 12 rounds anyway, even without his abilities that he's got.
Yeah, he's gifted, man, and you know,
works hard.
I called it. He
works
does.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard work beats talent, and talent don't work hard. But he is gifted. You can see his
with a good work ethic.
Perfect. Yeah, he's crafted his style perfectly. 370 amateur bouts, and some people were going, yeah, but it's the experience as Tony's going to win it. What experience? What, the pro experience? Does that make that much of a difference when you consider this man is...
It is a different sport, but it is a different sport massively. But 376 fights.
But the man was in with heavyweights.
With only 15 losses, it can't be ignored, can it? It's not like
going to the Olympics.
Yeah, it ain't like winning the Olympics. It ain't like having 50 amateur fights against someone who's had 20 amateur fights.
Yeah,
it's not like that, is it?
No.
That's
this guy was the elite amateurs. There's very few of them that cross to being the best of the best, and he's one of them. But we've also seen it in the pros. People are going, yeah, he's only 15-0. Yeah, and who's he beat in those 15 fights? He's beat 3 current world champions, or 2 other world champions. Gassiev and Bradis were world champions when he beat them. Like, Tony hasn't done that. Tony Bellew has only ever won vacant titles his entire career. He got Makabu at Goodison Park, which was probably the best promotional matchmaking you're ever likely to see, because Makabu was not up to world. Like, what did he do to deserve a world title? It was a vacant title. Tony won it. Fair play. He knocked him out with a left hook. Oh, that must mean he's got a left hook that's going to trouble Usyk. Bollocks. Who else did he beat? He beat David Hayes' granddad. David Hayes' washed up granddad. Everyone knows how I feel about David Hayes. For me, he's still the best British cruiserweight of all time. No doubt. But Tony Bellew didn't beat David Hayes.
Not including Tony Bellew.
Shut the fuck up. Tony Bellew beat a ghost of David Hayes.
No, I agree.
An absolutely broken to bits ghost. So, who would Tony Bellew beat is the question that gave people these fucking... this opinion that he was going to beat Usyk. And people did have that opinion, because if you look at a lot of the polls on Twitter, a lot of them had Usyk getting beat by Bellew.
Do you know what? I think that was more a case of people don't know who Usyk is. Like, you casuals, if you like, or people that like boxing. A lot of my mates say, yeah, they love boxing, they know Tony Bellew, they know Anthony Joshua, they feel like they know everything if they know someone like Corolla. Because it's not a headline every single time.
Yeah, I've heard of Corolla.
Yeah, I know boxing, I know Corolla. Like, alright, yeah, well, you should really. But someone like Usyk has only really started making appearances over here of recent times. So a lot of people be like, who is this geezer? Tony Bellew's going to beat him. They've seen Tony Bellew loads of times. They've only just heard, nah, if he was any good, we'd have heard of him by now. Someone said that to me the other day. I was like, yeah, but...
Is that what it said?
Yeah, we'd have heard of him by now. Why haven't we heard of him? I was like, well...
Who's we?
For starters, he did just win the Super Series, and he has got every single belt in the division, but if you ain't heard of him, whatever.
Yeah, that's his fault. Yeah, that's definitely Usyk's fault.
Yeah, definitely his fault. So I think a lot of people just were naive to who he was.
Yeah, and that's part of the... Like, listen, I've been a very, very... How do I put this? I've been harsh on Tony Bellew from most of his career. I've never been able to hack the geezer. I think he's a massive hypocrite. All this, like, oh, you can't say... Like, he went off at people for saying certain things, yet he's the guy that was in Cleverly's face calling him a fucking rat in Wales and this and that and in the Valley. He has said shit through his career that is unsavoury, like David Hayes did, but he somehow took the high road and felt like he was better than him. He's a hypocrite. He's a knobhead. It's what he is. He's a tit.
I had this conversation with someone yesterday. Everyone goes, I really like him. He's really likeable. I'm like...
I don't think he is.
I feel
in
like
the slightest.
No, I just feel like he's one of these. There needs to be a group of people like where they act like they're this on camera,
but
that's been moulded into, right, this is the person you've got to be if you want to be you want to get support, and you want the country to back you. That's not really who they are. We've seen who they really are.
Yeah.
We know who they really are.
Exactly. Tony's the guy that booted the Toblerone at David Hay ringside, screaming over him, "You're the Bermondsey bitch" and all this shit.
I think that was all part of
the building the promo.
To building.
But I also ain't got a problem with that. Like, that's fine, but then don't be a hypocrite and say what other people say is wrong. Like, that's where you're a fucking idiot. If you're going to be a talker, be a talker. Because he's made more money in his last 2 or 3 fights than anyone would have thought possible with Bellew.
What, being fake humble?
And yeah.
Being fake humble?
Yes, being fake humble.
You do it as... You be the bad guy. You be the bad guy, and then you go, "Oh, I've learnt from that. Now I'm older and more mature."
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh yeah, he's better now. I really like him." And then all these people forget what he's done.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And he's made more money in the 2 Hay fights. The 2 Hay fights were genius from him. Absolutely genius.
His marketing has been the bollocks. Like, he's done very well.
He has, like, for what he's achieved compared to the money he's made. Do you know what I'm saying? The ratio. He's earned so much more.
That's good.
You
that's
can't.
Good,
it's class, mate.
That's good.
It's class.
He's
to come out of this sport with the money he's got in the bank.
He likes fighting. He had all the fights and he's made all the money. Really, like at the end of the day, would you want to end your career any other way?
And he can say he was a world champion.
Regardless of how he's done it, he's been a world champion. He's made loads of money.
Yeah, yeah, it's fair.
It doesn't matter what the story is. How he's been. Blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, when the chips are down, he's been a world champion. And he's made loads of money.
I respected him for taking that fight because obviously he didn't have to. That was his. He boxed a guy that not everyone knew, and he dared to be great. I can't not knock that. You know, I can't. I mean, I can't knock that. I can't not. I can't knock that.
I get it.
I can't not respect that. But I just think he's always been a tit. You know, but fair play to him. He had a crack, didn't he? But Usyk is special, man. I love watching Usyk.
I was trying to tell people this. They're all like, "Oh no, but Tony Bellew can punch." I'm like, "Yeah."
So can Usyk.
I was like, "Yeah, but." Come on, trust me.
What does Usyk do now? Go up to heavyweight? Or?
He's going heavyweight, man. 100%. 100%.
They should be worried.
They should be worried because he took a couple of rounds where he boxed and then he was like, "Okay, I worked out now," and then he just changed it exactly what he was doing.
I feel like
he then started being the aggressor.
Pitter patters, gets the time in, learns what they've got, feels them out, lets them get comfortable so they commit. Takes his time, and then like he did yesterday, goes right. I'm gonna land one now. Boom! Big missile straight down.
Him, yeah. He's a scary man.
He's scary to look at as well.
He is scary to look. He looks like he should be in Terminator.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Or Universal Soldier. Do you remember Universal Soldier?
At the start, I see him. He was walking out and he was doing whatever he was doing. You see him in the ring. It looked like he only had whites in his eyes. You couldn't see, like, he was looking up or something. Yeah. You couldn't see his pupils, and I thought, fuck me, he does look like a monster. He's got no pupils. Yeah. He's
petrifying.
Whites in his eyes, and that's it. It's like you don't know where he's looking.
He's petrifying, mate. But I think he's a good dude.
Do you know what he reminds me of? There was I think that. Is he a made-up champion on the Fight Night computer game at the end, and he's got tattoos and he's muscly as fuck and he's got like 100% knockout ratio, and when your character on the game against their character,
a little puny.
Yeah. Anyone that ever boxes Usyk at cruiserweight is going to look like that.
Yeah.
Made up account in case he finds me.
Yeah. That's us saying about fucking Usyk's haircut. He does look like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. But yeah, I wouldn't have the bollocks to tell him.
Isaac Frost.
His big brother, his older big brother.
Yeah.
Isaac Frost was the champion from Fight Night. He's a made-up character. Have a look at Isaac Frost. I'll put him on my Twitter. That is who Usyk. Yeah, like, honestly.
All right, let's rattle through questions. There's around 20 of them. First one is from Martin from the New Age Boxing podcast. 10 years from now, how will we reflect on Bellew's CV? Not the strange obsession with his bank balance, which we just touched on. 5 world title fights, 1-2, lost 3. All titles were vacant that he won. What do you think that the View will be in 10 years? A British great who did well or underachieved, but is the embodiment of this era of boxing, as in personality earns a big living. It's a good point. I don't think he'll ever go down as a great. Personally, I don't know who he beat in their prime to deserve to be called a great. That's how I measure greats. Beat someone in their prime.
He'll be... Oh yeah, he was world champion.
He'll be he'll be on Sky in 10 years. He'll be a former world champion, Tony Bellew. That's what it'll be. I think that's it. You know, I think when you go...
But he'll be okay with that.
You'll be okay with that. He'll earn a lot of money. But I know what he's saying about the bank balance. We all use that as a positive. But I think we should do. Because how many people in this sport can leave it with money in the bank?
Yeah.
Probably not a lot. Did you?
Well, I did. I work and I'm earning money now from someone that I met during boxing.
Oh, there you go. So job's a good one. But no, it's I don't think you can go down as anything other than a good, solid British boxer. You know, he had the 2 fights with Cleverly, stunk the gaff out with them, got knocked out by Adonis Stevenson, albeit at a weight that he looked emaciated and he looked fucking ill, didn't he? When Bellew was at light heavy, he didn't look good.
I won't listen to what you said.
You're tweeting about Isaac Frost again.
Tweeting about Isaac Frost looking like Usyk.
We're doing a podcast, Richard.
This is part of the podcast. Interaction.
We don't go out live, so not everyone's going to see this now and go, what the fuck are you talking about?
They'll be listening to this and they'll go,
that dickhead's post makes sense now.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Tony Bellew for you, Tay.
Keep up, son.
Yeah, I think, like you said earlier, he's one of those people who's like, you either like him or you don't, like a bit Marmite. You know, you either enjoy what he says, and obviously you want to see him do well. He's a British boxer and going up against people from out of the country and things like that. But I think that's exactly it. He's just going to be a world champion. No, I mean, not many people. You keep going on about fighting for a belt that's vacant or a belt that you're taking off for a champion. Obviously, yeah, you want that, but you don't look back at people.
You're right.
You don't look back at people and think, oh, he fought for a world title when he won it, or a vacant title, or he took it. You don't think that. You just think he won a world title.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a world champion, or he has been a world champion.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
what?
Do you know Henry Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he a world champion?
No, he never won a world title.
You remember him though?
Of course I remember Henry Cooper. Yeah, but the difference is he dropped Ali, didn't he?
No, I know, but
he was in London.
So it doesn't always really matter whether you win a world title or how you win a world title.
He also got. If you actually look back at that
what
fight,
world title you win, if you was a vacant one
won.
or someone who's defended it 50 million times, you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you won a world title.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, some people will be remembered for other reasons than winning the world title.
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah. The second part of Martin's question: if a fighter is ahead on the cards but gets knocked out, do you think they should be knighted? Obviously, the amount of people that go, "Oh, Bellew was doing so good, he was winning." That doesn't matter. It doesn't mean fuck all, does it? Because he ended up getting absolutely slept.
That's boxing.
It's boxing. But yeah, the people. Like, you know what? A lot of people have turned their opinions around on
Taylor
Bellew.
pretty bad then because he was bashing Carl for his head.
Yeah, with about 10 seconds to go, Frost stopped him.
10 seconds.
yeah.
You might as well lay down for 9 of them, and you've only got to stand up and sort of wipe your gloves and it's over.
But yeah, people have changed their opinion on Bellew a lot, and I don't get it. I think a lot of it was to do with their dislike for David Hay. And
people
he
have got
fucked
short
up Hay.
memories, remember? Listen,
Very
they've
short
got
memories.
They will like what's in and what they're supposed to like at the time.
Yeah, you're right.
What
The
they're told to like.
the British fighters fighting for all these belts. Oh, we've got to support him.
This is what good marketing is. This is why these people are not silly. Like they're smart. Why they make money. They know how to manipulate people's opinions, where they're going to spend their money. If they didn't like Tony Bellew, they wouldn't spend their money on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Smart people.
Yep. Ramez Mahmood, how is the scratch on Sam's hand? It's life-threatening. It is life-threatening. I mean, I think I'll pull through. This question is this question here can open up a lot of wormholes, right? Sean Ells, what is the significance of the tattoo Tony Bellew has on his back? Please tell me you heard this. So Tony Bellew has a big tattoo on his back that says what? Bomber. Did you hear Adam Smith's commentary? My God, I can't believe you didn't hear it. You were watching it, yeah. So bearing in mind, it was in the Manchester Arena where 16 months ago there was a terror attack. Adam Smith felt it was necessary to explain that tattoo was Tony Bellew's nickname and was nothing to do with the terror attacks in Manchester 16 months ago, whatever it was. So you've now what you're doing. It's probably the most unnecessary thing I've ever heard a commentator say in a fight.
Yeah, but it's one of those things you can look at it one or two ways. I mean, everyone getting offended nowadays and things like that. People could have watched that and been, oh my God, how can you be covering up a tattoo or things like that?
What are they going to do? Have it lasered off in the... Can't.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying there is people probably out there that thought about, they should, they were like, how can he be having a tattoo like that on the show? You should have worn a t-shirt during the fight.
I'm all for saying stuff like that because it might give me a position, but remember that's live. You say something stupid on here, you can pause and cut. He says something, he's there, it's live. You say it.
I mean, do you think it was said to him in his ear? Do you think a producer or someone's gone, just bring up Tony's tattoo and go?
Yeah, could have.
It's possible, I guess.
Yeah,
it was the most bizarre bit of commentary I've ever heard. I mean, I heard it straight away, and then a million people tweeted it and was like, "This is an absolute joke."
Yeah.
Apologising for a man's tattoo that he had, like, say 10 years earlier. Like, it's bizarre, but
coincidence he's now fighting at.
Probably if they didn't mention it, no one would have thought about it.
No, yeah, that's my point. If you don't say it, no one's going to put that together. No one's going to do that. You know, he also had a beard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bellew also had a beard on.
Yeah.
So does that mean he's a terrorist?
Yeah.
Like,
one time, terrorist had a beard. Now Tony's got a beard.
So don't.
Oh my God! Tony's got a beard.
Yeah.
So where's your
Ginger
kit
beard.
bag?
Yeah, it was bizarre. It was the strangest thing I've ever heard a commentator talk
I've never
about.
seen terrorists with a ginger beard though. But then I'm not onto the terrorist scene.
I mean, are
so
you in the jihadi circles?
I'm not in the circle, so I don't really know. Like,
Tay, what do you
maybe
reckon?
Tay would be more like an Irish terrorist.
Yeah, it could be
IRA, innit?
It could be IRA.
Yeah.
The ginger twin just.
Yeah.
But
I did go Dublin this year as well. You know?
Did ya?
Yeah. Perhaps I went out there for other than drinking.
We'll have a training purposes. Ginger beard training purposes.
Ginger beard training purposes. Next question, Paul Altai. Big fan of the show, big friend of the show. They say that, don't they? Where'd you get that? You hear that on television? Friend of the show, Paul Altai asks. Even if you like Dave Allen, are the excuses wearing a bit thin? We are hearing over and over how he is trained properly, etc. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's getting to that point now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when he really trained hard and he was obviously posting about all the time, and he got down. The fight got cancelled last minute. But I remember him wearing the American shorts, innit, or the polo shorts, whatever. And I thought, bloody hell, he looks trim. So there's nothing with him. Like, you know, he's trained all that hard and all that, and then something's happened out of his control, or whatever, and he's like, all that's gone to waste. So from his point of view, does he do it again? And he's like, obviously you want it, you should do, because obviously you just got an end goal. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, if he keeps saying about how hard he is training, how hard he's putting effort in, but it don't show, then it's like, do we keep believing him, or do we think he's lying again?
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's difficult. He needs to be careful now, where he's getting to the point where he can make the run at those titles that he wants.
Yeah. He don't want to ruin it, and
he's got to do it correctly now. And yeah, he just. I think this has got to be the last time we hear that I'm going to do it properly, and he's got to just actually do it now. Hopefully he's in the right place to do that. There's a few questions for Tay. We'll do them actually in the Tay section. It's best that way, I think.
We have a whole section on you every week.
Every week it's just a Tay section. Yeah.
Tay time.
Tay time. Oliver McManus. Who do we all want to see Usyk fight next? Richard?
I'd like to see him go to heavyweight now.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who I want to see him fight. I don't want to see him fight one of the top tier boys right now. I just want to see him get in the heavyweight mix and see how he is. We've had this conversation where I always say cruiserweights ain't big enough, but I know they are. My response is always that a cruiserweight isn't big enough, but he is, and I know I'm wrong when I say it, but
it's how you feel.
Yeah, it's how I feel, but I know I'm wrong about it. I'd like to see him. Why not come up and fight Chisora if it has to?
See me.
Anyone that's not really.
See, I want to see him fight a Giant.
I don't want to see a Giant yet. I want to see him.
Well, Giant is in
a big horse.
Size.
The actual size. No, not reputation. The size of him. I want him to fight a massive, because he's going up to heavy, right?
You're just trying to make him do David Hayes' career and fight them.
No, I'll tell you the reason. Who are the world champions at heavyweight? They're Anthony Joshua and Wilder or Fury, if Fury beats him, right? They're giants. So why come up and fight a smaller heavyweight? A Joseph Parker won't do anything for him. Because Joseph Parker ain't a massive heavyweight. If he comes in against I'm trying to think of a 6'6" heavyweight.
I think he bashed Joseph Parker.
Brazil, how big's Brazil? 6'5", 6'6"? Yeah, give me that.
But he's not as highly regarded as the other guys. So that's what I want. I don't want to see him fight one of the top boys yet, because I'd like to see him mix with a heavyweight first.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, he's done it on the amateurs. He did super heavyweight.
He bashed up Joe Joyce in the amateurs.
I want to see him fight someone now again in the
pros. I think it's where do you want to build him though? Like, he's obviously come over to the UK. So do you want to build him in the UK or do you want to build him in America? So perhaps
that's a good point.
Matching him up against one of the UK heavyweights, like the loser out of White and Chisora, perhaps for a warm up thing or something.
Yeah,
like that.
That's not a bad. And he has got this link with Eddie now.
Yeah, exactly.
K2 and Eddie. So you're right. You know what? That's not a bad shout.
Or something like that, or one of them sort of down the line. But if they want to go on to build him up in America on that Dazan now, something. Yeah, perhaps getting him one of them people out there, like one of the more commercially known worldwide names. Yeah. Who's just on the stepping stone. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, Eddie is going to manoeuvre him, I'm sure, into fighting Joshua. That's how I see it going. Although it's a dangerous fucking thing, he gets the money. Then it's win-win, doesn't he? It's all the money stays in house. If he gets his own heavyweights against each other for all the belts, then I guess he can't lose Eddie. So I'm sure within a year he'll probably be trying to do that. What are you doing?
I was supposed to text my brother-in-law my address so he can go and do that thing for me. When I made that phone call about half hour ago, I forgot. I'm just doing it now.
Dear oh dear. Right, next question. Lou Smith. How do you feel about the amount of stick British boxing fans give our own fighters in their careers? Shouldn't we back our own on any stage in boxing and stop being so negative? Fuck off, Lou. Why should it matter where they're from? I don't like you because you're British. I really dislike that. I really do. I love you, Lou. I didn't mean to fuck off, but I hate that. I really fucking hate that. So last night,
he's a big boy.
He is a big boy, and I'll weigh him in. No, why should I want Bellew to beat Usyk last night just because we're born on the same island? That's some mad racist shit, if you ask me. That's some old tribalism.
It's not. It's just trying to back in.
Why?
Because you do.
But what? No, you don't. I don't.
Like,
I wanted Usyk to weigh him in last night.
You can be happy for Usyk to win, but you think, oh, it'd be nice for Tey to win because he's British, the same.
No, not for me.
No, but I get what Louis.
No, and a lot of people like that, mate. You see it a lot.
I wanted Usyk to win. I did, but you know, I couldn't. As a British, it'd be nice for Britain. But then there's another question actually about that later.
Is there? I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't get it, me. I don't understand this weird thing in boxing where we're supposed to support someone because they're from a certain place.
It's the same as people supporting their local football team.
Yeah, the reason people support their local football team is very, very different.
He's more local fighter to you than Usyk.
Okay, it's very different. If you support a local football team, you can support a local boxer. So if someone comes to buy tickets off you, same as they would for their local team, that doesn't then go, okay, well now, up on a wider scale, I need Man City to beat Real Madrid because we're in the same island. No one does that, no. It doesn't work like that for me. Me personally, I hate this shit. Just because I was born on the same island as a man, doesn't mean I don't want him to get his ass whooped. Last night, I wanted Usyk to do what he did to Tony Bellew.
Yeah, but I think that comes down to if you want them to win. Like, obviously you're a boxing fan, so you like Usyk, so you want him. But if you're not a fan, if you're not a fan of either, then perhaps you would want to cheer on your own.
Your home corner.
Yeah, the amount of times I've gone out to other countries and things like that, and they'll have like the Champions League on or something like that. So there's an English team. Obviously, I want them to win. I don't care about a team. I don't know who it is. Arsenal, Tottenham. I don't really care. But
just
a little bit.
Yeah, you just you don't shout and cheer them. No, don't get me wrong. But I mean, if someone was asking you, "Oh, who do you want to win?" You'd be like, "Oh, I want the English team." You wouldn't say, "Oh, I want that team to win." I don't know. I want Man United. I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I just want the English team." Obviously, you know. Unless
it's Man City, because no one likes Man City. That was the only negative I had about against Usyk. He wore a Man City scarf, didn't he? I didn't notice it at first. It was a Man City scarf. I thought it was just a sky blue.
Yeah, why did he do that?
I don't know.
He's just a fan of it.
No, what I mean is like because I see that people tweeting it and people saying he wore Man City to go against Bellew, but I thought if that was the case, it should have been Liverpool. Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know if there was a real reason.
It's not like when Floyd Mayweather wore a Man United shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can understand that, but when people were trying to say, "Oh, he's done it against Bellew," if it's not,
someone gave him a signed Man City shirt as well. There must be a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
There must be a
reason.
I mean, have you?
I think he's just a fan.
I mean, who just picked?
He's allowed. Who just picks a random team from another country? Same person who picked another fight from another country.
Ooh. Hashtag fight talk. Yeah.
Like, keep him in check every now and then, otherwise he'll contradict himself and says some bullshit.
I contradict myself constantly, man. That's the fun of it. Another one from Lou Smith. He don't mess about, Lou Smith, does he?
Questions.
This question, there's two actually. It's basically the same question from two different people, right? So, Tall Man, thanks for the question, mate, and Lou Smith have basically asked the same question. It's about the dodgy decisions. Now, Lou Smith worded it, how did you view the fight between Zach Parker and Darryl Williams, and do you think that it is time to start asking questions about corruption in the sport on the judging side? Parker clearly didn't win the fight, especially with one arm, and Tallman was asking the same basically about corruption and scandalous decisions, especially on a Sauerland card. I said it, I was very vocal on Twitter about it. That, for me, is one of the worst judges' scorecards I've seen in my life of watching boxing. For Victor Lachlan to score that 9 rounds to 3 in favour of Zach Parker is an abomination, mate. It's an embarrassment. It's bringing the sport into disrepute, and I'm deadly serious when I go that hard. There's no possible fucking outcome that he could have gone 9 rounds to 3 in that fight. I know you ain't seen it, but the man had one arm, and he was surviving a lot of the time, and he boxed well for a man with one arm. He survived 12 rounds. Well done. That doesn't win you a fight. Bravery doesn't win you a fight. Effective movements win you a fight. And Darryl was the aggressor the entire fight, pushing him back. He landed just as much, if not more, than Parker, and it's an embarrassment. It's an actual embarrassment, and the board should be calling Victor Loughlin in, sitting down and watching the fight with him and going, just tell us how you're scoring this fight, please, because I don't know if you're ill. I don't know if you're unwell right now. I don't know, but something is wrong, mate. Because that
Are you ill?
are you well?
Are you well?
Can we check your medication, please? Are you okay, hun?
Are you okay, hun?
Yeah. I can't get my nut around it. I really can't. And apparently there was another one last night. 2 weeks on the trot, we've seen scandalous decisions on a Sauerland card. I'll be honest, I haven't watched the Sauerland card from last night. After Bellew and that, I was all boxinged out. So I left it. But no, I didn't like it, and I also didn't like it. If you see when the decision is made, when the decision is read out, Nissa Sauerland is whispering in the ref's ear. Obviously, the scorecards have gone in by then, so it's probably nothing. Just felt dirty. Why is the promoter of the home fighter whispering in the ref's ear, and the ref's like looking at him like nodding? It just stunk. Didn't like it. Didn't like it one bit. And it's not just because I like Darryl Williams. It's because Darryl Williams won the fight and he should be British champion right now, and he's been robbed. And this is a man that retired from the sport a year ago because of boxing politics, and then he gets robbed like that. Fuck me. Do you know what I mean? Wrong. Fucking wrong.
I feel like I've had a few mini rants today. No, like full main events, but I've had a few mini rants.
Rants.
Right,
Yeah.
I like it.
Can't go wrong with a few mini rants. Couple of questions. Alright, do you know what? One of them's not a question. It's Paul Altai again. Not a question, but just want to big up Richie Gray for what he's done with his boxing equipment. So if you can just tell people that ain't seen your Twitter or anything what it is you've been doing this week.
Yeah, like when I was boxing, I always said all the help I got, I want to help other people when I stop boxing, because tell you, it's not fucking easy, is it? They has to work and train. That's fucking horrendous. Now, I just said I'd help people out when I can after boxing. Over the years, I've collected loads of boxing shit. I've still got bags and bags of gloves and stuff like that. So I'll give it out to other upcoming boxers. So I've just been. All I've asked them to do is send some postage, so otherwise it'll cost me hundreds in postage. They put some money for postage in and I'll just send them out whatever they've asked for. Just giving out gloves, boots, head guards, groin guards, skipping ropes, anything that I've got.
And you've sent out a few to amateur boxers, early pros.
Amateur boxers, some people do a bit of charity boxing, like some people come around and just pick stuff up. A couple of pros, you know.
Yeah.
Just sending it out, yeah. I don't listen, just collecting dust now and just I look at it and it upsets me, so I'm better off sending it out. I've kept myself one pair of gloves which hang on the back of my new gym, and I've got a pair of boots which I just didn't want to get rid of yet.
Yeah. What do you mean hang on the back of your new gym?
I've got a house, haven't I now? I've got a 3-bedroom house, so we got me and the missus' bedroom. She's got a bedroom, obviously the bigger one, which is she's made a guest room. The other room is up to me, so I made a gym.
You made a gym. We got a bag in there.
What's the point of that? I'm fucking retired from boxing as a bad man.
That's fitness.
What's the point of having a bag? Can't it?
A water bag, and they're better for your hands. A water bag.
Still hurt.
Yeah. So what have you got in the gym? Just weights.
Weights, yeah.
So why have you even got gloves in there?
Just hang on the back of the door. They look nice. You know, like when you see it with Rocky, and he has like.
I don't watch
Rocky.
Rocky. Rocky's
shit. Of his door.
I don't watch Rocky.
They look nice. Send you a photo.
Right, send me a photo. Couple more questions. Where is it? Send over any questions.
Yeah, sorry to people that listen. Actually, because a load of people messaged me for stuff. I had to just stop reading the messages because I got more messages than I had stuff. So there was no point in me responding to everyone because I wouldn't have been able to provide them any kits. So I've given out. I stopped reading the messages. I'll send
Once
out.
all the gear was gone.
Yeah, I'll send out what I've got so far, and then when I've got time, I'll organise some more gear and get rid of that as well.
Yeah. Question from Paul. Seeing Wellborn getting a world title crack, would Tey make the same decision if he'd been offered it, or think it was too early? So obviously Jason Wellborn, British champion, was British champion. He's vacated to have a world title fight against Jared Hurd on the Wilder Fury card. Straight from British to world title with no sort of warm up, no European, no nothing. Is it too soon? Would you be taking that kind of fight? What's your thoughts on that?
I had the similar thing when I won the Southern Area. I won the Southern Area and then got offered the youth world title fight out in Azerbaijan.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Even halfway through offering, I already said yes. You know, what an opportunity. Who would not turn down? Who would turn down that opportunity? I can understand what people say. You're not at your time. You know, you're not ready. Do you want to do it? But at the end of the day, it's a world title. You know what I mean? You know, will you be guaranteed that opportunity again? You know, I mean, he had all his other fight, going European or stuff like that. Something could happen. He could get injured. He could get lose on a car or something. I don't know. Anything could happen to even though he does deserve it or win, something could happen for him not to win. He could have a car crash accident or something. You don't know. So
he cut his hand in an aggressive soaring accident.
Yeah,
aggressive soaring accident.
He could have a go thinking he's like Bob the Builder out in the garden. I don't know. But no, it's one of those like who would turn down the opportunity to fight for a world title? You know what I mean? So
it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's difficult.
That's the thing. It's not. It's that kind of sport where anything during any day you can wake up in the morning. By the end of the day, it's over because something's happening.
Yeah, I mean,
like
what could be worse? Taking it too early and losing, or not taking and never getting it. You know, that would be.
Yeah.
When you put it like that,
it's a very good way to put it.
It also depends if you're in and around the promoters that you've got a career mapped out. You ain't got to worry about tickets. You ain't got to worry about money. It's easier to say no because you know the promoter can reschedule it and give you the opportunity again. When you're coming through small hall boxing like Tey's done through winning the Southern area, blah blah, you haven't got someone that's got the power to just grab you a world title fight whenever you feel like it. That opportunity may never come again.
It's a good point.
Whereas if you're with Eddie Hearn, you can be like, oh, I can have that shot now, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
they'll find a way.
They will figure it out. Yeah, it's fair. Right, a couple more little questions, but we'll leave them. We're going to move on to talk about Tey and the Southern Area Defence. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about Tey. It's Tey's debut on the pod, so we'll sort of talk about your career up to date, up to now, and then move on to what's happening. So yeah, talk about your amateurs, how many fights you had, and when you turned over pro and stuff. Sort of the early days.
Yeah, amateur was short and sweet. I think I boxed my first fight when I was 17. Then ended up having a year out for injury. Then I started boxing, trained for I don't know 2 months, had a fight on one of the last shows of the season, and then boom, a couple of weeks later, injury happened, and then that's it. I was out for the whole following season, didn't do no boxing.
What was the injury? It's a bad injury.
Yeah, it's to do with my hand. And then come back.
But he persevered. He's not a pussy.
Yeah. Then come back. Did 2 full seasons.
He ain't got the power like me to hurt his hands like me though. So.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it must be. But yeah, then come back, done 2 full seasons, and then was on the end of a bad beat. A bad decision. I think all my losses in amateur were on splits. And in amateurs, you lose on a split. Like you could have gone either way or whatever. So. So a few disheartening things. So I thought I can't bother to deal with the amateurs anymore, and it turns out it's the same in the pros anyway. So, but then I went on to do the Queensbury. Did there, had 5 fights on there, winning the Quest tournament. The prize fight 3 fights in one night. Won that, and then after winning that, got a bit of a bit of a recognition, a bit of a rep sort of things. And then just went pro from then.
I think I saw your first time was your second fight. Did you make your debut on Carl Greaves?
Yeah.
Because that was Carl Greaves was doing a few shows around Grays.
Yeah, Civic Hall.
Yeah. Because I think it was the second or third fight I met you, and you had a few fights with Carl, and then it changed because Carl fucked off. Carl, he weren't making the money. Obviously, it was.
Yeah, I think he had. I think main thing was he had a few fighters signed with him in Grays or around surrounding areas, and they went elsewhere, or he don't know what happened. He didn't have. And he lost.
Anymore. He had a lot of pullouts on fights.
Yeah, and I remember one show at Civic Hall. I felt like obviously you don't want to pull out, but feel bad because I think in the space of the fight week he had 3 pullouts, and obviously in Civic Hall you can only have 5 or 6 fighters anyway.
Yeah.
And straight away. I think he ended up only having 3 fights on one night.
He had 4 4-rounders.
4 rounders. 3 4-rounders.
You pulled out Jack Healy.
Yeah.
There was literally 3 or 4 in the space of fight week, and I remember talking to him afterwards, and he was like,
yeah, and he was meant to have that one from America.
Donny Palmer.
Yeah, last
Donny
minute,
Palmer was here, and he was going to go
try
on
and
the
save it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think something happened with the visas.
Yeah, it was a nightmare, and I completely understand why Carl stopped doing it.
Oh yeah, no, there's no argument there. You can. But that's pretty much the reason why he stopped doing Civic Hall. But I didn't take that. MTK just done their last one at Civic Hall, and hopefully there's going to be more there coming, because obviously that's right on my doorstep. It's 5-minute walk from my house. People just fall out of bed, go there and fall back in.
I watched you box at York Hall against Ashley Bailey Demetz on the Dove Box show.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. Is that your only pro fight in York Hall, or have you got?
No, I think I've had 3 now.
Have you? I remember the Bailey Demetz one. I can't remember the other ones.
I've had I can think of 3. Demetz, Scott Hillman and Jenkinson. That was the 3 at York Hill off the top of my head, and I don't know.
Bailey Demetz.
You'd have to look at my box rate.
Bailey Demetz is a good fighter. He was a good test at that time for you.
Yeah, exactly. He was on his exactly. He was on his own show. I was coming onto his show, so obviously he wanted to get the win and that. So
there's something I do want to talk to you about, and it's a geezer by the name of Nick Genman.
Oh yeah.
So obviously people that don't know, well, they probably will because Genman puts it everywhere every day.
He loves it.
So Nick Genman beat
Have you got him on social media?
No.
Fuck me. Would
At
you?
At least. Let's say.
I mean, we do a Tey time on the pod.
Listen,
I'm sure Genman does Tey time every day.
Oh yeah, he must wake up.
You should honestly look on there. The crazy thing is, because we've spoken about it loads of times, at least twice a week there'll be a post about you.
Yeah, but that's exactly it, because he's got that hold over me sort of thing, you know. So he's got that was his great achievement for him.
But has he? Because
he'll probably die on his gravestone with that on his gravestone. I'll beat Tey on this day or whatever.
Because
but I've seen him in person so many times since it.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen him. I went to Queensbury test the other day. The other day was September, and he was there. And I bumped into him and. Oh my god, he didn't have enough praise for me, you know. I thought, what the fuck's going on? Like, he was just proper on my case. He was like, oh, well done, you've done so well, you've done great. He was saying about when he won the Southern area, that was like a world title for him. You know, he was proper, like, I was like a bit blown away. I was like, bloody hell, like, I was worried about going.
Hashtag when they think you're a stepping stone.
He was like, he was just.
I mean,
he was like, oh, you're so good, you're doing well. Oh God, I can't praise you enough.
It's
blah blah blah.
It's bizarre.
You know, boxing's boxing. He was saying about that's what he was doing because he was there in the corner. He was like, look, I don't do no boxing no more. I'll do corner. I want to teach people.
Let me know if you need a seconds.
But he just probably like on my case. I would say bum licking, like, you know what I mean. Like he was like, oh, you've done so well. I mean, he was saying about the world title thing and things like that. I mean, you've got these opportunities and you're young, because he kept going, you're young, that's what he kept saying. Look, you're young, you've got so much more ahead of you, blah, 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 I'm on my way out, I'm going into the coaching side now. And that was it, and I left it, and then literally a week later, someone showed me a message of him yet again. But I said, look, I don't care, because what he says or does has no effect on me. You know, I just laugh at it.
I just think it's so strange. Like,
yeah, but this is what you're saying about how much social media is involved nowadays.
Yeah,
he does it. He does it to get likes on Facebook. You know, let people like him. Things like that. You know, I don't care. You know,
it's so weird because he beat you fair and square. It's a fight where, like, at the end of the day, you went and had your best career performance a couple of fights later, winning the Southern area. So from the outside looking in, I can see how much you've learned. I want to know from you personally what you think you learned from the loss, but it's just strange how he's
fixated on it.
Fixated, really clung to it. Like
he's had other wins against other contenders since.
There's definitely a poster of Tey in his bedroom.
You've done something to him that you don't like.
It's because it's like, you know, then that's what I always say. Like, you know, in the FA Cup, Premiership teams lose to like League One teams. Who gives a fuck? You know, next season they crack on. But then people that's like their highlight of their life, you know. Yeah. So, you know, on paper he's got the win over me. You know, I can't change that. Yeah. Things like that. So let him crack on. You know.
Well, what did you learn from the fight itself? It was a tough fight. So what would you say you took from that most?
There was a lot of what do you call variables or whatever. A lot of things that happened leading up to that fight, and a day before at the weigh-in and things like that, and on the day. I ain't gonna bore people with.
I actually remember that. I remember that. Yeah. So I went to the weigh-in. I was there anyway.
There's a lot of shit that happened behind closed doors that no one knows about. It means that, like, you know, I ain't gonna bore you with things. So the main thing about it is my team knows what happened. People around me know what happened, and that's why we don't care, you know, because we know what I was up against that day and what that. So, but I think I learned a lot of things that fight. I learned. You know, you can't just go out steaming 100%, you know, and you gotta adjust to how you are on the day. You know, you gotta, and sometimes you just gotta accept it and just not go through with it. You know, that day was a really bad day for me, and it's easy to say you could pull out in that, but I mean, on that specific day, I must have done about 9-10 grand's worth of tickets at least. You know, it was a headline bill as well.
Was it MTK London's first show? I'm sure.
Yeah, the Bremerton. Yeah, I think it was. There was so much promotion, so much like that. So I had that all over my head. So it's like you couldn't really go through it. But I've learned a lot now that sometimes you just gotta accept fate and just accept fate and just accept you can't fight. You know, and that's the one thing I've learned from that fight is because throughout the amateurs, throughout some of the early on pros and that, I weren't 100% fit. I weren't even close to 80s. I weren't even 70s. But I went through, and like we said about with Dave Allen, he weren't fit, he weren't right, but he's gone through, he's got the right result. And that's happened to me in the amateurs, and in the pros early on. I weren't 100%, I weren't even close to that. But I've got through it and won, so then you think you're invincible. Yeah. You think, oh, it doesn't matter if I've broken an arm.
Done it before, I'll do it again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm properly ill. It doesn't matter if I've only got like one leg or something like that. Don't give a fuck. I've done it before.
It gives you
I'll do it
false,
again. That false sense of security that you're invincible. But I think that's it. And obviously, I'm still young. And
you're 24 now.
24, yeah. And that's one of the things you are. When you are young, you think you're invincible. You think you're fucking Robot Man or whatever it is going through and that. But
did you mean RoboCop?
Yeah, Robot Man. Yeah, RoboCop, whatever. Yeah, no.
He couldn't. It's trademarked. He had to say Robot Man.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so it's just fucking. It's one of those things. And
Next time
you got
I'm saying that.
You got to accept the losing fight. I mean, we're always in fights, but the one fight we're always losing is age. And you got to accept that. Getting older, things happen. You're starting to get like an old man. Yeah. So you just got to accept. Perhaps sometimes fucking.
Things happen.
And that's the thing.
I'm an old man.
People keep saying
I'm an old bastard.
You've got grey hairs coming out.
Fuck off! Have I got grey hairs? No way.
Look, there's one here. Look.
I got a great head of hair.
Grey hairs. Look at this, Tey.
Are you lying?
Look at the side. Don't try and put it out. Look, you've got grey hairs.
Oh yeah.
You've got grey hairs.
And it feels like it looks like it's longer than all the others. It just sticks out.
It stands out more.
Is it? Shit, man.
But yeah, people. I remember when that happened. Yeah, I remember when it happened on the when I had that world title fight,
in Baku. Who was you fighting again?
Oh fuck no! I'll be honest, I can't remember his name. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know he's. I think he went to the Olympics and I think he won the Junior Olympics or something. I don't know, but I'll be honest, I can't remember his name. If you could give me a list of 3 names, I wouldn't pick the right one. But yeah, and that's the one thing that I heard quite a lot. Is things happen for a reason. And I still say after that fight, I'm still waiting to see that reason. Because I've not seen a reason since why injuries happen and things like that. Always looking for it. I mean, Rich, you know that as well. Injuries happen. You've now gone into the commentary side, so perhaps that is your reason, or reason it happened. But for me personally,
you'll get to the point like I was feeling sorry for myself for a while, but now I'm doing what I'm doing. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, you've gone on to other things. At the minute now, I'm still in the same position. I'm still trying to fight. Still trying to get a career, still trying to make things.
But you're still moving forward, so that may have stopped you from getting another early loss, which you didn't need. So now you're still on a good run.
It could have been a different route required.
At the same time, I mean, that was another thing what we were saying about the opportunity. I mean, I was getting asked to go up a weight, to go to super middleweight, to go fight an Olympic champion. Yeah.
It could have ended badly
in Baku, I mean,
you're probably not going to want to defend. It's not in your weight division.
No, that's it. One title, what would I do with it? Carry on eating KFC and McDonald's, and enjoy life and just fight at super middleweight,
Yeah.
But no, exactly that. It's just that's the one thing I learned massively is things. You're against the constant battle against age and against other things. You got to start being realistic. Yeah.
When your performance when you went down to Bournemouth, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah.
That was for me probably it's probably your best career performance to date, my opinion.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Someone was streaming it.
Yeah, I watched it as well. Eaton, wasn't it? I think
it might have been Eaton. Yeah. And I thought you boxed beautifully. You controlled him with a jab.
The jab, wasn't it?
It was jab class. I thought you were superb. And then that come after your defeat. Like how many times an episode do I say? I love it when people test themselves. If they fail, they fail. Do you know what I mean? It happens, and you come back and learn from it. But did you feel that you boxed your best? Was that, in your opinion, your best career? Your best performance in your career?
It was hard. I'd obviously done good things and things like that. But you know what is quite surprising is that was one of the camps where it was quite a good camp.
Yeah.
It was quite a good camp. But the thing is, I think in the fight, I was. I said to other people all the time, I felt more tired going into the 7th round of that Matt Leg fight than I was going into the 10th round of my last fight. It was weird, like, you know, it was just, I don't know why, like, I remember going into the 7th round. Yeah, I know, yeah, I can't say you've done the rounds
You've done more
and
longer
that.
fights now, so now you know what to expect.
I know compared to the last camp with the Matt Leg, like, I honestly thought I was so fit. I was doing such good running times. My hill sprints, I was doing really good, getting so far on the hills and things like that. So everything was felt good. And then I went into that, and then I remember going into like the 6th, 7th round, and I was thinking, fucking hell, I've still got like 3 rounds. Like each time I got to the store, I've got like 4 rounds to go. Fucking hell, I've got 3 rounds to go. And then with that Matt Leg fight, I thought I was going into the 10th round was the same going into the 1st round. I was like, fucking hell, like, I'm quite fit. Like, I feel quite good, like, you know. But that's just how it was, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't at that Cordona fight. That was your first defence of the Southern area.
Yeah, that was the first one back at Civic Hall.
Yeah, I wasn't there. How did you rate your performance in that one?
I think my performance was good. It was a bit slow starting and that, but I think it's again you can only go on your performance compared to your fighter. I mean, with that Cordona, he did like to spoil quite a lot. You know,
he gave you nightmares the first few rounds. When he was fresh, when Cordona was fresh, he was giving you some nightmares. He was giving you headaches.
Yeah, it took me a couple of rounds to figure him out.
As you figured him out, and he got a bit more tired.
Yeah, that's what he kept doing. He just kept holding, and he started getting really dirty, like really dirty. It was coming in with his head. Yeah. Things like probably like
desperate.
Yeah, and obviously I had the cut as well. I had the cut, so when he was in clinches, I could feel him rubbing his head against my cut and things like that. So it was just a messy fight. You know, it was a proper messy fight. But at the end of the day, like I said, win's a win. Yeah. You know, people looking back on that, they don't see me. They don't go, oh yeah, talk about your performance now. They just say, Tay, W, green, W, whatever, tick, win, remain, defend his title. That's the way it is at the end of the day. So
yeah. It brings us nicely up to the 1st of December fight. How long do you reckon I've been calling for this fight? How long do you think, honestly, I've been saying I want Tey?
I'll come in, you tell me I've got my own special Tey time.
Yeah, Tey time. What the fuck's I'm telling you, I've been saying on this podcast.
I'm going to have to start looking back at all these podcasts now to look at Tey time.
Yeah. No, I've been wanting this fight for a long time. There's lots of reasons to it. I like both of you as people. I like both of you in the ring. I like both of your styles. I think it's a great fight, yourself and Linus Udofia. Talk to me about. Listen, the Southern Area title for many people, it will be a stepping stone. Many people, it's like you said, Gemman, it was like it's his world title. But you're happy to defend it, and I love that. You've boxed it against Cordona, you defended against Cordona, and now you're going to defend against Linus.
You're going for the free fights.
You don't. It's not a British. You don't win it outright.
People don't do that. Then I think they do.
I don't think they do.
No, I've had this conversation before because
But it's a thing, isn't it?
No, it's only for British.
It's not a Southern area.
No, yeah, you don't. Even if I defend, like when I defend it, I won't keep it outright.
I mean, Wadi Camacho's got like 6 defences or something in total.
He's got 12 of them at his house.
Yeah,
he's got 12 Southern area belts.
Yeah, but this fight here, first of all, there's a few people who said like, listen, well done for taking it, because both of you at this stage, you didn't have to take this fight. There's definitely other routes you could have taken. Talk to me about this fight. You know, why you're excited for this fight, why you wanted to take this fight.
Right, saying that like this was saying about. I've said like loads of times that at the beginning of the year, fucking Goodwin in his podcast or is one of his things,
Ring Talk,
whatever it was, when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be phoning up Tey Lynn Jones to get him to come fight Linus or giving him an offer or something like that." And then I think it was like a week later, I tweeted saying that I still haven't had no offer or something like that or whatever. And all of a sudden he got then he started saying, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah," and I said, "Alright, and send me an offer then." But where's the offer then? But he never once did, like never that one offer. So I mean, even before that, like obviously I heard of Linus, but like you said, people don't really. I didn't think of it as a fight anytime this soon. You know, yeah, you think about it in the in a couple of years' time or a year's time or whatever. Yeah. You know, when we're both going for a title or something. But when Goodwin first brought it up, I thought, oh, he's fucking in my head now, you know, like it's in my head. I want it now, you know.
Yeah.
He gave it a big one and he's sort of like called it out and he's not done it. And then since I won it, we offered them the defence. We found out Goodwin offered the defence.
Oh, you offered him defence?
Yeah, we offered him the
2K?
defence. Yeah, offered him the defence.
Okay.
And yeah, again they turned it down, didn't want it. Right, fine, fucking, crack on. He said, I think he said that fight is a TV fight. That's what he said. Well, I mean, it is. Like you said, it's a great fight. It's two prospects going at it. Yeah, of course it's for TV. But then since then, Lion's had 2 fights on TV. So what's all that about? Like, where's me? So, at the end of the day, it's one of those things that I can only fight who's put in front of me. I can't all of a sudden go matching things and all that. So if they didn't want it, if they don't want it, crack on. Like, I don't really care. And then I remember when his last fight was the weekend I was with my girlfriend up in Alton Towers, and it was the same night as the Glavotkin. And obviously, because I'm Glavotkin Canelo, and obviously because I'm at the theme park, obviously coming back to the hotel, and I couldn't watch it. So I tried staying off my phone because I recorded it at home to come home and watch it. Yeah. And this is on the Sunday, and I remember all this kicking off on the Sunday morning, and I see my phone bleeping, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to reply, I want to like coming on the action and that, and like give my response to that, but I don't want to go on fucking Twitter and see what happened, the results yet, because I didn't. I was staying off my phone. Yeah. I didn't want to do this. So I was like, for fuck's sake, so that was proper pissing me off, like, so I was like, oh fucking hell, like, and obviously I want to get home and watch it with my old man, watch the fight without knowing what's happened. And then I did a couple of responses. I tried replying without not looking too far, like getting Molly to try and scroll past it down to it and that. And then I fucking ended up seeing something. I didn't actually see it, but I heard that, and then that was in my head, and I was like, for fuck's sake. And then then I got home, and then again they said they were gonna offer us a contract or offer us whatever. It was like, fucking, you've offered it. You've said this before, you said you're gonna offer it. So until it said, and then I think a few days later it was actually offered it. I mean, even before it come through, I was like, I'll accept it straight away, because I wouldn't say I've been waiting for it. But you got it in your head. It was in my head that, so I wanted it like in February or March or whenever it was that you fucking said about it. I wanted it then, So now it's come finally. It's like, boom, let's go, So it's been on the back of my mind for a long while, and now it's finally.
It's a cracking fight, man. It really is. And one of the questions that came in regarding the fight, are you someone that changes your style for opponent? Have you studied Linus, or do you just do your work and you're confident enough in your own?
Of course. I mean, different. You go to each opponent, innit? Obviously, there's different game plans and tactics and crap like that. So you obviously, to be the best boxer you can be, you need to be able to change and adapt and do these new things and that. So obviously, not with just this fight. It's within all my fights. We've done a specific camp. Done specific things in sparring.
So you prepare slightly different for this than you would for a Cordona.
But you train for the fighter. I mean, if the fighter's only throwing, he's got a dangerous left hook and he's got no right hook, you perhaps be moving around to left more, get your hard guard up, or vice versa. There's things to do specifically for that. So obviously we've found our weaknesses that we think are going to be our weaknesses, and obviously using our strengths and that. So we've worked on things to pinpoint them things,
How's the camp going? You were due to have a tick over last Saturday.
Yeah.
In York Hall. That was on
last Saturday?
British Warriors show, yeah.
Oh, was it? I feel that. Yeah.
Fuck, I missed it.
Oh, shit.
I'm on my way.
I know I forgot something that week.
I was supposed to be there.
Yeah, last Saturday it was. It was only last Saturday.
You thought we were boxing this weekend.
Yeah. So you were due to be on that, and obviously ended up changing your mind. Is that how it went? They offered you, I'll be on it, and then you thought, you know what, I ain't risking a cut or
obviously I was well up for it. Obviously wanting to get back at your call, because it is like you seen different setup, different warm up, different space. Compared to having Brentwood Centre, having tons of room warming up in nice, cool, fresh air and things like that, and then warming up in a cupboard,
Your call,
So it's just, and obviously I hadn't been in the ring since July, so it was just to dust off a few cobwebs, get back in that sharpness, right frame of mind. Things leading up to that fight or the last Saturday and up the week and that, and then thought, well, best not risk it. So obviously we had to pull out on Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. So it was a bit gutting because it'd have been quite good, you know. But
you had a thing scheduled on BoxRec, and it was
Yeah,
against
Luke Crowcroft. That's still on BoxRec.
It was
is it?
On a show up north on the 24th of November.
Yeah, no, because I already accepted that.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
that was this was the week before that. I went to Alton Towers. That weekend before, they asked us for the Luke Crowcroft fight, and we already accepted that.
That's a risky fight, you know. You know, he just stopped Cello Render in his last fight at super middle.
Yeah.
So
no, but I'm sure it was a British eliminator, you know. So it was good, and obviously I was going up to Doncaster, didn't have to win no tickets, you know. It was one of those things. It was again one of those things. It's an opportunity.
Now alarm.
Fucking hell.
I just pressed snooze. I better log in and fucking stop that.
Otherwise we get it every 7 minutes or something.
I wish my alarm went off at fucking 5 to 2.
No, that's for things to do, isn't it? You know what I mean? I ain't wake up alarm. I wish it was a wake up alarm. If you want to see my wake up alarm, 5. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fucking hell. But yes, that was again. It was a good opportunity. You know, go up there, fight for on the British, you know, getting paid to not sell tickets, just to turn up and do the business.
Yeah.
So yeah, we already accepted that, and then we obviously had to phone up and say, "Oh, so."
When I found out, I looked on BoxRec and I rang Sam and I go, "Sam, Tey's fighting another contender 4 weeks before Linus." I mean, it's up to him, but I think that's a bit risky. Like, that's 2 fucking hard fights. 4 weeks apart.
BoxRec still ain't fixed it, that's why.
Is it still on there now?
Yeah, I think as far as I'm aware.
No, but yeah, that's the one thing I always say that I miss from the amateurs, you know.
Regular fighting.
You could go in the gym on the Thursday and then be like, oh, you're fighting Saturday, you know. Yeah, that's the one, I'm fighting every week.
One year we were in championships together, the same year, do you remember?
Yeah.
And we started off in Essex, both went through the rounds all the way through. He was same weight as me as well. Yeah. I was in 20s, he was in the 10s at the time.
What does that mean, 20s and 10s?
There's like a novice championship.
Under 10 fights.
Under 20 fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a possibility if you were...
It was always a possibility, but I went in the under 20s and then he was in the under 10s and then he did something else and I did something else.
Yeah.
Always went like that.
It's close. Isn't it weird?
So I remember when you showed up in the amateurs, like, I used to clean up every year in championships all the way through, and then Tey did the same in the under 10s, and it was like, this fight's gonna happen. And then,
it never did.
Yeah, no, it didn't. No, you boxed Goddard and all that lot as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You probably broke your hands on his strong, manly beard.
But yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
That's another.
Different as well.
That's another thing. That's what I want to avenge. Is in the final of the under 10 novices, I lost on a split to Reece Cartwright.
Okay,
which
he's
is a
English
fight
now.
Yeah, which is a fight I thought I won. It's like again one of those split decision.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got the English title, so boom, that's another thing I've been aiming for to avenge that and get that back sorted.
No part of you ever wanted to bring Gemman out of retirement and punch his head in?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, what do I get out of it? You know, obviously I get to revenge the loss, but
you'd shake hands in the ring afterwards and it'd slag you off the next day.
Yeah, nah, exactly.
You ain't gonna win.
Yeah, but then he's gonna have to have a third one, so because we won a piece if you win.
That's it. Even on the night of the fight, like we were in the change rooms, and even his team was like, "Oh bloody hell, we're gobsmacked. We didn't expect that to happen. You know, bloody hell, we come here expecting a loss. Things like, yeah, you know, yes, everyone did, but things happen, you know." And then the next day he starts doing all the tweets and that. So it's one of those things. It's like let him crack on, let him go. Have fun with his Facebook fans who he's out in Malaysia or whatever. They don't even know who he is.
Have fun with his
Facebook fans.
Yeah, you know.
It's true.
Oh mate.
Right, yeah,
Ouch, Tey.
I mean, fuck me. Tey ain't said anything as bad. Like Gemman just goes in, didn't he?
It's just regular. It's regular
and unnecessary.
It's like off one of the other contenders you've beat. Like you beat others as well. He wasn't like the only person.
No, that's
but then to be nice to him in person.
Oh, Tey, how you doing, bro?
Hey, how are you, friend?
We should get together and have like a beer.
No, but that's exactly it. It's just going back to Two-Face and things like let him think he's some sort of hero on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously, I know.
If you win a world title, he'll be going, I beat that kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
I
it.
was better than him. That shouldn't be
that's what he is. And obviously, I take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Of how much, like you said, he's beaten other people, other contenders, whatever, and he's not showed nothing in it. Like to me, so obviously, like you said, I must mean something to him. Yeah, I must mean something to him. So it's only a compliment. Like you said, he's going to go on. When he dies, there's a gravestone. He'll be
beat Tey on this day.
That will be on his gravestone.
Gemman died. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Beat Tey.
Yeah.
And they don't celebrate birthdays and that. They celebrate 17th of March for that day, innit? You know what I mean? What
do you know about Linus? Have you met
like a public holiday
Linus
for their family, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
St. Tey Lynn Jones Day.
Yeah. 1 minute. Let me stop this here. Public holiday, yeah, that was the last thing. No, I just wanted to ask you about Linus. Like, is it personal to you? Not him as a person. I don't know how you feel about each other personally, but obviously you said he's been in your head since sort of February, March when the fight was first sort of spoken about. So how do you feel about Linus? Is he just another contender you want to beat up for that reason, or has he said something that's pissed you off personally, or what?
No, exactly like you said, it's a sport. You know, it's a professional game. Like I've got a belt. He wants it. Simple as, you know.
You got the target, innit?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it is how it is.
It's
So
what you want, isn't it? That's the thing. When you want to win these belts,
yeah, it's
you
like
want to be the guy you want.
this ain't a personal battle for me, you know, or personal battle between us. I don't know about what he said. You know, he might.
Listen, he was on there 2 weeks ago. Good as God. He didn't have a bad word to say against you.
Yeah, and I've seen him a few times in public. You know, it's only been respect from both sides, and that. So it's that. Yeah, it's a sport. You know, we both want to be the best. So, like you said, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
I'm the one on the belt, so for me, I'm a target on his back. But yeah, it's not been personal for him. It's been personal more against fucking Goodwin.
Yeah,
you know, he does my fucking head in. Like, he actually does my head in. So it's it was yeah, it was just personal between like him that he was giving it the big offer in there, fight and things like that, but it never come about. So that's from his side, you know. Yeah.
Have you had problems with Steve before then? Because obviously you sound like he's done a few things that pissed you off.
No, to be fair, I don't. Not that I think of or can remember. You know, there's nothing that he's done. It's just the way he acts and the way he's gone about this. You know, it's just.
You're not a fan of the way he's.
It's just one of those things that, you know, you either like someone or you don't on first impressions, and he's just one of those creepy sort of people. I don't really like. I just don't get on with him. You know, and
Yeah.
I'm not getting on with him with personal reason. I don't know. I couldn't deal with him.
Business with you.
Yeah, the way he's gone, the way he's worded it and things like that. You know, it's one of those things that he ain't the one doing the fun and nothing
He
like
is
that.
very team his own fighters. Like
I've said that. I've said that a million times.
Yeah, I can understand you can be, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be a team for your own fighters, you've got to accept that people are going to fucking go against you because of that.
You need to accommodate the other people a little bit as well. Yeah, Steve's been good as well for me, but
I love Steve. I get on with Steve like a house on fire, same as I do with Lee Eaton. But I'm sure people on the other side could tell I lead right. I suppose when you're on the opposite side, you're not on the same team, you're going to have back and forth, I guess, isn't it? And things.
Shout out Lee Eaton, he's done loads for me since I stopped boxing.
Lee Eaton's a top man. I love Lee Eaton.
Yeah,
Goodwin did a lot for me as well. Obviously,
Listen, they've all done. They all do great things.
They all do good things.
For all of us.
100%.
They all do welcome. Lee,
but he's a fighter for the opposite.
Yeah.
It's what it is, isn't it? You ain't going to be.
You're an opponent to his prospect, so he's got no need.
If
anything, fucking your head is good for him.
Yeah.
He could be Team Linus, which obviously he is, and he would be, or he should be. Like, I ain't got a problem with that, but it's just him as a person in general. Like, he just does my head in, you know. Him, like, nothing to do with Linus, nothing to do with any other Goodwin fighters or whatever. It's just Steve Goodwin himself. Like, it's just.
Would you fight Steve if you could?
Oh, I'd love to, mate. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. But, yeah, no, that's exactly. Like, it's just in my head. I keep, whenever I see him, I just think of what's that? Quasimodo or something.
Quasimodo.
You know, the church bell winner.
Oh,
Disney.
Quasimodo from what's it?
Yeah.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I
just
see him. I just see him. He's like the real life version of him. Like, he just I don't know. But yeah, moving on. Cause, it's just a soft subject, I suppose. Isn't it?
Yeah, a bit touchy there. All right, Nick.
Jeez.
Start calling you gentleman. No, it's a cracking fight, man. Has this been the fight where you've seen the most? Well, I guess 100% it would have. But is it nice seeing on Twitter and stuff? There's a lot of small hall fans that are like buzzing for this fight. Like, this is really getting. It's like a. How do you describe it? It's like it's got like a cult following because it's the hardcore boxing fans who know boxing have gone. Tey Lynn Jones.
Yeah, back in the day when he had a.
the hardcore boxing fans have gone. Tey Lynn Jones and Linus Udofia is a fucking cracking fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it nice to be part of that? Like,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, of course. So obviously, I get people I don't even know things like that tweet me or whatever all the time. So obviously, doing that for a reason. So I'm obviously doing a good thing. And I'm obviously on their faults and things like that. So it's starting to get noticed more. And like you said, we're both taking this fight. It's a cracking fight, you know. So I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing for the atmosphere. I'm buzzing for what's happening, building up to it, and all that stuff. I'm buzzed about how excited people are getting about this fight, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a cracking fight on a cracking show. That show is superb.
Do you have a prediction?
Of
The fight.
Oh, my fight.
Pain. Rocky
We've got a prediction, like a few in our team and things like that, but I'll leave it more on the
You ain't
day.
got a public prediction you want to say that this is what I think's happening, no?
No, I've never been like that. I've never once done like that. You know, obviously
Predict
I know.
win, that's it.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I predict I'm going to
Predict to
win.
win.
You think he's going to predict? I might get a draw if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
But obviously, I know I'm going to win, and I know, or I believe I know how it's going to become about. So obviously, I'm going to keep that to me, myself, and my team.
Of course.
But I've never been the one to give it a big one anyway, or do anything like that, or anyway crap like that. So yeah, I crack on, do my own thing, and as I say, let the fist do talking.
Is training good? Is training going well? Is it a good camp? Because you said before you've had camps where maybe things have come up and
Yeah, I think I've done a lot of strength work this before. I don't normally really ever do a lot of strength. It's just purely running and boxing and a bit of cycling and things like that. But I've done a lot of strength work and a lot of strength conditioning and things like that. So I'm starting to feel a lot stronger, and also I'm starting to go through puberty now. You can say that I'm finally starting
getting your
to
man strength.
Yeah.
We say it a lot of times, isn't it? Man strength it's a thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Everyone at different times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. I've always been as you
must
say,
know
I've
many
always been a
amateurs.
late developer. You know, I've finally got like 10 hairs on my chest now. You know,
And a
where-
fucking a
where I
million
remember-
Look at the beard.
Fucking, yeah, exactly. I've got a beard growing now. You know, I remember when I was in year 7, fucking didn't even have a pube, and fucking people got full rugs on their chest and that. You know, like,
Mate,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
one of my
When
best
you're a
mates was
junior, you notice
Italian.
the most, innit? When you're young kids, you notice the most. You get some kids, they're like 14,
Yeah.
knocking people out. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you
fucking
see
that's,
so many.
that's man strength. Like.
Yeah, you see so many kids that do well in the junior.
Don't
Obviously,
make it.
I didn't. I didn't even know what boxing was when I was condemned as a junior age. I started boxing when I was 17.
When
Yeah.
you're senior,
So,
it's different.
but it's
The
so
way
many
catch
people
up
that do well as juniors in amateurs, or so I've heard, and things like that, and they get to seniors or go pro and they not do nothing or they're not as well because they perhaps were the
man strength.
management or they was like a quick developer or they had the things going as well with
So
their
you're
kid.
expecting and hoping that over the next months or couple of years you're going to develop more with more strength as well. Then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel, that's how you feel.
Yeah. I look at myself and I still think I've got like a kid's body. You know, that's what it is. I look at myself in the mirror. I think, yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like.
Yeah.
It's because you see
I've
these
got
other
muscle
geezers,
on
they
that,
look
but
like
I'm not.
machines. You see
Yeah, I'm
these other
starting to get
geezers.
more. I'm starting to get more defined and things like that. So it's like you're starting to get more. Obviously, when you're a kid, you don't have that definition. You have that baby fat and all that sort of crap. But it's like now I'm starting to get more defined. I'm starting to see. Instead of having one forearm, I'm starting to see like all the little different muscles going into my forearms and my arms and things, tries. And one thing is on my legs. I used to always used to think it was just the quad, but it's not. It's like 3 separate muscles in it. So I'm starting to see all them stick out of that now.
Yeah.
So I think that is the major part, is the man strength now starting to come through. And I feel
Maybe
a
your
lot
style will
stronger.
adapt as well. It's
Yeah, exactly that.
No, definitely, man. I can't wait for this fight. Honestly,
It's going to be good.
very, very good fight. You be there, right?
Yep.
Not fucking about.
It depends if you've just gone for yourself or like took us as a team.
I have just applied for myself.
I would have thought
I
you as
will.
well.
I will forward you the Goodwin email for media applications.
Yeah.
I will. Shit, I forgot. Sorry.
You are a fucking class A.
I mean, you're a bellend though, because I was at a Matchroom show the other day, and you're like, didn't apply for me. Like, be your own man, bruv.
You're the fucking captain. You're the fucking.
I'm the captain. Where's my
You're the
armband?
fucking there.
The great, oh yeah.
You're
Did
the
you know I got a
captain.
Richie Gray tattoo? Says Gray.
No,
I've
when did
got
you get
fight-
that?
I've
He's got a fight talk tattoo.
tattoo.
No.
Yeah, we was in a.
Hold on.
It was a charity day in his sponsor's tattoo shop. The charity day in his sponsor's tattoo shop. So he said, "Right, look, I'll get fight talk if you get Gray." But that's when he I didn't know he was going to retire. So it's not fucking fair,
Jokes
is
on
it?
you.
Yeah. No, it was a good. We're doing our Christmas special
Yeah,
in
you
the
need
tattoo
to
shop.
apply for my.
No, I will forward you the email and
No.
make sure.
You're supposed look. You're the boss, the governor here.
hmm
Yeah, you need to be doing these things. Right, this is what we're doing this week. Make sure you're free, guys. This is where we're going. You need to be doing this.
Alright.
You run this fucking.
I run this joint.
You run this joint. You're the boss. You want me to do extracurricular activities? You've got to fucking organise it.
Alright, fine. I'll get that sorted. You will be at the show. It's a great show, man. It's a really good show. But that fight, I wonder if that's going to top the bill or Shinkwin McIntyre. It is for the English, but
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I'm saying this about myself and Linus. Obviously, I fight, but I think that could have done
it's got
that.
more-
That could have done a bill on its own. Mine and Linus fight,
yeah,
but he's put on that thing.
Packed
So
it
it's
up.
going to be even more packed until
Yeah.
there's two massive
This
headline
might
fight.
be.
He's gonna be banging.
This might be
All
the
the
small
old
ball
drums
show of the year.
going and all that lot.
For what you obviously you're not a fan of Goodwin. That's a great show that he's put together.
Oh,
there.
I say I'm not a fan of Goodwin, but I've already said that's a great show.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a great undercard and all that.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be massive. It's going to be. It's
Cracking
going to be.
fight.
It's in December, but it's going to be like so hot in there, things like that. You know.
Yeah, it's
like
gonna be good,
sweatbox in
man.
there.
Have you done a lot of tickets for it, or
Yeah.
have you got tickets left?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Yeah, got a couple of tickets left. Only 40s though. Like the what they called
Balcony,
general
the balcony.
Yeah,
Don't matter, you're cool. Balcony.
Balcony's the best ones.
We sat and watched the.
Yeah, every time I've been there, I have to go right above the ring over the balcony. It's the best view in the or best view in boxing, just above it. You know, it's
Yeah.
good.
No, definitely, mate. Fucking, I'm buzzing for that fight. Can't wait. Nearly a year I've been begging for this fight, and now it's come. I just hope there's no injuries, no little fucking.
I don't say. I'm gonna have to go for a year of your podcast for this tape time.
Take time, yeah. I wonder how often, honestly, we've mentioned this fight. Realistically,
We
probably.
have actually spoken about it quite a
We
lot.
spoke about it, but it's a fight I've been saying for a long
Small
time.
Yeah, thing is, obviously, I can understand in like last few weeks now, but I want to go to before.
I'm ahead of the game.
Yeah,
mate.
We've been
yeah.
talking about it. Like,
I'd say
being a
6
fight,
months.
being a good fight, yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
6-7
Yeah.
months I've been bringing this fight up, and it's crazy.
Is it since the fucking Goodwin mentioned about it?
No.
Oh, right.
No, the reason is obviously I know from both of you from like 2-0 or 3-0.
Yeah.
I've watched pretty much most of your fights. Spoke to you outside boxing, and I like you both as people, and I think your styles. Listen, let's hope it works. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but I think your styles together will mould for a great fight.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, and I really hope it comes off like the way that I picture it happening. You know what I mean? So no, it's exciting, man. I'm really fucking good. Really glad that you're in this fight, and I'm glad it's happening, man. So nah, it should be good. What about you? You got anything else to say? Anything else you want to add, Richard?
No, just shout out Tey. He could do some sponsors as well. He still works. You know, he's been working all through his camp.
Yeah.
Some
Did you get the last couple of weeks off?
No, I've never.
Self-employed.
No,
so
I had the day off to go weigh in. That's about it.
extended lunch break.
No, obviously I work with my dad. You know, he's good as gold. He sorts me out all the time. But at the end of the day, it's not the boxing that pays the bill. It's just it's a monthly salary. You know, especially before Christmas. Fucking hell, I need to spend some money on presents, you know, otherwise I might not have a girlfriend, you know, I might not have family after, you know, so I'm not buying nothing in that.
You need to get a few beard trimmers, beard glisteners.
No, I don't need to get that, but I'm going to be getting that for me.
She's going to buy it for you. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a beard trimmer.
No, you should...
Beard oils you need.
You should have
brush.
some of the stuff she said about to get me to get rid of it and things like that, you know, but I've said to her, look, it doesn't matter. I'm only having it until like March or whatever, and then I'll get rid of it. I don't want it. I just want to. Like, I'm one of those people. I want to do everything in life at least once.
And growing a beard.
Growing a beard is one thing. Just say,
I want to go to the moon. I want to grow a beard.
I love
just to say that I've grown a beard, just to see what it feels like with a massive beard and like, you know, you look at people with
on his deathbed. I should have boxed for that world title.
James
Should have grown that beard.
Yeah.
No, but it's just one of those things. I just want to. I've always seen people like with beard like James and be like, oh, I wonder what it'd be like to have that. Yeah.
I'm not having that. There's people living in that beard. That beard is serious. Fucking hell. No, it's a good bucket list. Beard.
Oh yeah, if you want to see my bucket list, I've got a massive bucket list. You know, things to want to do.
Vegas has to be on your bucket list. You have to do Vegas. That's the.
Oh yeah.
Aside from growing a beard, what else is on there?
What else is on the bucket list?
Fucking loads of shit. I mean, we done one the other day. That's a hot air balloon ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did that. That's one thing ticked off. Just like loads of like things that everyone would do, like jump out of a plane, like stand ones. I'm trying to think of like some obscure ones I've got. You think, what the fuck? Like another one, like run a marathon. Oh yeah, one I always wanted to do. Streak at a Premiership match or something like that. I've always wanted to do a streak.
You better do it now before you get a television fighter. Can you imagine?
No, I'd still do it. It doesn't matter if I'm a world champion. I still will do it. But the thing is, though, it's how bad.
Helicopter on the field.
You do that now, you get done for sexual offence and all that. You get put on a register because you've exposed yourself.
There,
so it wouldn't perhaps be streaking, but even just be in pants or something.
do it in a like a thong or something. Like
yeah, something like that, something funny. Like that's just something I always want to do because that would be just so funny, you know. Like those things like that. like little simple one. I just want to ride an actual bike around the velodrome. Just go up again on that side bit or whatever. Just little things. I just want to just know what it feels like to do. You know.
Have you actually written a list out then?
I've got some bits, but I started it, but I've got it at home.
I think that's a good idea.
And that's another thing I want to do. I want to do the bull run.
What's the
Yeah,
ball?
do that after.
Yeah,
mate.
in like Spain
do
or
that
Yeah,
after
in
you
Spain,
finish.
you know, get
So do that after, mate.
He's injured. What did he do? Well, he got speared by
Yeah, he
a.
got speared
He
by a
got
fucking
gored by a
bull.
bull.
No, but
Which part of him do you want to fight?
The adrenaline, the rush, you know, to have a fucking bull run at you.
That'd be quite cool.
It's all well and good saying that before, but when I'm in hospital with fucking a horn sticking out of the fire or something like that, it might be different. But
He'd probably forget and have the ball run at him. He'd go to run and he'd just end up putting his guard up.
I'll get there in the boxing times and get ready to slip it or something like that.
Oh dear.
But no, I just want to do everything.
Richie,
Who
what's
wouldn't
on
do shit
your
like
what's
that?
on your bucket list, Rich?
I covered most of them already.
Yeah, done.
I wanted to travel. I did it. I
Wanted to
be a
fight
boxer, I
Cheeky
did
Grant
it.
and did
wanted
that.
to fight Cheeky Grant. You know, I wanted to be a boxer. I wanted to travel. I've done both. So they're two of my main ones that I've done.
Happy days. I wanted to saw my own hand off. That was what I wanted.
But you
to
didn't do it though.
I didn't. No, I failed halfway through. I bottled
Do
it.
you know what I do want to do? I want to bring back the body shot.
No, man. And he's gonna get injured if he hits me in the body.
Not in your body, you won't.
He'll lose his hand. No, we're not doing the body shot. There was someone once asked, who was Dan Aziz was the first to do it. They wanted me to take a body shot of the guest.
I do remember that now.
So Dan Aziz did it, and then Davis Pagan ruined it for everyone because he tried to drop me in my own house. He literally wound up and took a run up at me and tried to
Hit
break
him
a
like
rib.
a punch machine on the
He
front
did.
in the nightclub.
And he couldn't drop me. I was like, I'm trying to catch my breath, and I was like, "You motherfucker! You just ruined it for everyone. No one's doing. I'm not getting fucking."
because he took over the top.
Yeah, motherfucker, try to kill me. And then I phoned my mate Jan Bellew. I said, Jan, do me a favour, right? Davis Pagan tried to drop me, so Jan knocked him the fuck
Sam
out.
Davis boxed.
Did you box Davis Pagan the jump?
Oh yeah, I fought him in the
Box cut was it?
Havengate, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. We isn't fucking fighting at the same gym. We got
Was it the same gym,
put against each other in the first round. I think it was
It's crazy.
first round. Fortunately got the win. But I remember it was one of the first few fights we had without head guards.
Oh
And
yeah.
I got he fucking nutted me. I got a massive cut on me eye. And that fight I was bleeding everywhere. But yeah, that's just one of those things, isn't it? But,
Cool.
yeah.
So
Right.
bringing back the body shots.
We're not bringing back the body shots. Why am I going to let people dig me in the body?
So we can all laugh.
No, it's done, mate.
It's good for entertainment. It's good. It brings views. Like when I put it up on Twitter, like people are like, "Oh yeah, they love all that."
I love all that.
I've had
What,
people
watching my fat ass get punched up. I'm alright.
I've had people message in.
You're a goddamn liar. No, I think I do. We've been on probably an hour and a half. About that, hour and 40. Been going a while. Anything else? Final touch? Anything we ain't mentioned? You want to throw in there, Richie?
No, I think
No?
we're there. I think we're there.
Think
Looking
we're
forward
there.
to the fight.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your fight with Linus.
Mm.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go fucking try and get back to Basel in the corners for the team venue. You know, got a few people fighting in there. That's what I've started doing now.
Yeah.
Do a bit of coaching. That is, they say it's a different aspect of boxing. It's a different
So
side
you
of
and
it. I really
you and
enjoy
Nick
it.
General, so much in common. Such good
You
mates.
just want to be like him.
Yeah.
You want to be like Nicky, yeah.
Yeah.
Tey Lynn Jones. Right, listen, thank you very much for coming down.
Yeah, no, I just quickly do a little shout out.
Of course, man, always.
Obviously, thank you to always everyone to supporting me, you know, backing me, behind me, and that. So I couldn't do it without them. You know, that's from my family, my girlfriends, and my friends. To people I don't even
Did you
know.
say girlfriends?
Girlfriend.
No, to my girls, to my
Babe,
friends.
you're one of my
whatever.
favourite ones. Don't worry.
Yeah, you know, they obviously.
My girl and my
They had
friends.
to
is
deal,
over.
deal
my
with the
side
highs and the
girls.
lows and that, you know, deal with that. So obviously, can't thank them enough. And of course, my sponsors, you know, Mickey Norcross, Sugar, he's been there from the beginning. Massive help, massive help. Can't do nothing without him. Dave Station, Oakville Clinic, you know, they've always sorted me out, getting me match fit and or best closest to,
As
100%,
close as they can.
close as they can. And Simon Hawkeye of Whoosh Consultancy, a new one, Elliot Berry of Marserve Marines. And yeah, again, he's coming from the West Ham side now because I didn't really touch on it. I thought, I was thinking about it now. But yeah, no, obviously football coming into it and massive Dave Walker next, you know, getting the West Ham side behind me. And they've obviously got a sponsor, got a couple of other sponsors before. So yeah, no, it's good, it's going well. Obviously, it's a team I love, so you know, I doesn't matter if I've got sponsors or not. Obviously, I want to, but I still be supporting West Ham and be friends with West Ham.
You see it a lot more now. You see it a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. Like you stick to your own, innit? It doesn't matter. Like as soon as someone
No,
talking,
Sam
I
doesn't.
don't, yeah,
Sam
I
supports the away team.
yeah.
I do.
No, it's a common ground, isn't it? You talking to the don't you fucking they'll say, oh, West Ham. Oh yeah, you're interested now. Yeah, let's talk about.
I did say locally. I get it locally.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
when
ever go at me.
it's when you're talking world stage that.
Don't ever go at me.
I'm not having a go.
I'm just reminding the people of what you say.
Did say I contradict myself all the time.
You did say that as well.
I'm not contradicting myself.
Because you admit
I'm not contradicting myself.
Because you contradict yourself, but then you say that you contradict.
Does it contradict my contradiction?
Does that contradict your contradiction? Then cancel it out. So that means you can actually contradict yourself.
I don't know anymore. I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. It's a good thing to touch on. That there is like a tribalism at local areas. So I'll tell you with the West Ham lot, it makes.
Well, you've got a tribal tattoo.
Yeah, that's what I've got travel tattoo.
No, but exactly like they see me as a West Ham fan, and they say West Ham families stick together, and they want to come help support me and see me do well. You know, because they see obviously. I mean, don't know how to admit it, but I mean there was a time when West Ham were doing quite bad and I was doing quite well, and it's sort of like emphasising everyone was put on my side. You know, like oh yeah, fucking hell, West Ham lost this week, but. Tay just won, so they're buzzing. We've got to win this week, you know.
It's good.
So yeah, no, it's a good good buzz, as you say.
Definitely. What's your socials?
Yeah, so I was about to say. What's
yeah, everything's just my name. You know, Tey Lynn Jones. That's.
I just put that thing on Instagram and it said "Get Tasty."
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly. I've started doing like obviously the coaching side, as you're saying, and exactly that. You know, you got to try and get.
You've got to try and get tasty.
Yeah, you got to get tasty. But people said about. I'm not saying get like me. I'm saying get tasty as in without the tape in it. You want to get tasty. Obviously, I'm going to throw my name in there. Innit? You want to get tasty for someone. You know, get his hair. But yeah, so it like loads of people have been fucking asking me since I first started boxing. Oh, can we do some boxing with you? Can you try to be at pads and that? Yeah. But I'll be honest, like with work and that, I haven't got the time. You know, I'd love to just teach and help motivate people, get people to train. Like I always try and get people to do runs.
Why don't you all chip in enough money so Tay can stop working, and the time he's not using working to
train you.
If you can cover his wages, then he'll stop working and do training with you all day.
Yeah, no, yeah, people started coming on board now, and people started getting a bit of training sessions with me and things like that. You know, like you said, you got to have an earning living somewhere, but I'd happily do it for people who just want to actually get better, you know, or get fitter, lose weight, and actually get the motivation to do it. Yeah. I want to work with them. That's as you're seeing coaches and that. That's the way people work with them, because you can see how much they want it, how much they try it. But obviously, at the end of the day, I've still got to buy food and that to live on, have a bed to sleep on. So yeah,
buy Christmas presents.
Buy Christmas presents. Yeah. Don't have to buy a shaver. I'm getting a few of them.
Think how much money you're saving on razors.
Like it's beard grooming kits now, though, isn't it?
But the thing is, I don't have shavers. That's it. I don't have shavers because I just literally used to do the beard trimmer. When it gets a certain length, just trim it all, and then that's it. And then go up the next day for another 2-3 weeks, and trim it again. That's what I used to do. Never ever was clean shaven.
And I don't shave. I can't grow a proper beard like that. Big manly beard can't be done. Can't do it. I'm blessed with many things. Got a 9-inch.
Cut on your arm.
On my arm. Yeah.
I was say 9-inch shoe size.
No, I can't grow a big manly beard. It's just sort of pathetic little stubble for a little while, and then it just annoys me. So yeah, I'm a bit jealous. Can't even put it on my bucket list because it's just never gonna happen. I'll die sad. No, that's it. We're done. We're out. Thank you everyone for listening. This has been a fairly long podcast, I think, but I don't ask it enough. People could like and share it and send it to a mate and just get it out there a bit more. We're looking at doing some more things in the future, and they will become possible when we grow and we get a little bit bigger. So
stuff's gonna happen. We got stuff coming up.
We've got stuff coming up.
But with your support, sharing your stuff, the more people hear it, the more we can do, and it can help us.
Yeah, turn it into like Jeremy Kyle thing with an actual audience or
whatever.
Jeremy Kyle thing. Yeah, have people on chairs and talking and that, and having arguments, debates, getting die detective results out and that.
Right, we're ending it there. Fuck that. It's been the Fight Talk podcast.